going to inspire us, again, the floor is going to be open. So today, our topic is domestic violence or domestic abuse. Yede baba beba ya ye fee. We bringing it home, we have to bring it home because sometimes there are some of the stuff that we want to bring it home and yeah pese ye kan ye kasa no se na ebe ya obi nti no ma ekoso wo ye fie ne ye krom on se Ghana for de ye heart obi ehun ya kyese omuyom say Ghana for de hey Ghana for obi yo se Ghana for me feel mu ankasa nti na nam sa manfo feel ye bebrebe ne nti no ensem bi wo ne e ba beka na ya hyeda de aba ye krom kasa se na ebe ya omunhu se na se monsumu ye we bi de nti ene se waba be join ya again me mawo akwaba nyankopon ensure say wa make it time ese oni ye baba bishia Dr. Tina akwaba me patron sana mema Dr. Tina akasano ye platform you so anase both live and on TikTok too say ye baha say ya ye bibia enidie kwan so in a respectful way oba we agree to disagree, right? Inti ebi bibi wo ho a ye ba beka na ebi obi be share no opinion or suggestion na uni nipa na nya adwene a mesro enidie kwan so oba no ba be kyerɛ wa ba be kyerɛ wa adwene ana say bia so pese obusa nipa no question for clarification a enidie kwan so no ba ye ne wa ha say aha ye ndidi atem ye nko wa ha ye nyina ye professionals ene ye wa ha say inti mesro mo ne empenyimfo bebre pan eba so nti se ne da ne da nyina mo ye ma me no minim se mo be ya ma na bro so inti ye ntu aya disua so Dr. Tina akwaba.
Thank you, Nana.
Me pacho ho ye de
Na me adumo e ho ye pa.
Ye de nyame ase. Dr. Tina, me so introduce ho kakra e kire se ne be ya ye mu bi wo ho a ye be hu na ye hu background in terms of even education and they say if you don't mind baby cry wote state wo no se ne be ya wo ne ye be share ntino. Give us a little bit intro about yourself. Machi no enkomu mo enye sa se wuni mi wi a bail a be receive.
That's interesting. Thank you, Nana. Yeah, the phone nyina so asese da bia ihia se ya moba ma ye nyina ye kire ya adwen. Said da bia meka no there are a lot of things that ekoso wa ha no ma me ankasa free say wo mkre bia na me ti bi da. But nyina me benya bi wa ha ti ye nyina ye nya afutuo edodo na me din ankasa no na because of me health identity me fan to that pain but me go by Dr. Tina.
Okay.
I'm in Texas.
Okay.
USA. Ain't me a healthcare provider.
Okay.
Me degree there also is too much. But my specialized in family nurse practitioner and a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner.
Wow.
Now family health no more of physical health. Said you call doctor on my check or blood pressure no train room on the no. Yes sir. And a psych aspect no so no you share a dream any niyemu niyama we ye bi wo ho no ma na ebia atechema ewo adwemu ana say emotional aspect mu eno no ye mental health aspect. Besides, I still practice as a registered nurse, even though I'm doing all this. So I'm all over the place. Wow. I practice both hospital and also outpatient. Now, me dear no mitimi hwe emofra ya wo mo app no me hwe wo mo nyina nti obi won ma ye ni free hospital or wo for ni ni free hospital. I'm the first person they might see. See, me na me hwe me yehu se wo ma no ya protect women through vaccines and all that. And we hear blood pressure medicine. I'm the same person, diabetes, all those kind of stuff. It's a little background about it, and no.
Dr.
Now,
Tina, you're doing so proud of you.
nyame nkyade ne social media ntino yetimi echa adesua ekwan bebre so ye
Dr. Tina said, Wakati yente wonka. Morning Star, mote Dr. Tina nka.
And so I started education about health. NSA be up so about healthcare mu precisely. Nursing mu now grow up to where I am now. Ubetimi I intimi establish bisa YouTube. I still do it once a while. I go there and post stuff. And TikTok so I'm doing more about yen education sa Africa for yen lucky any opportunities sa yen so yebenya sa akwenya no. To me niema efa health side ne mental health side misal Facebook started as just friendship and all those things and to me establish a page for healthy living and I'm the PA TikTok, so I'm new to TikTok and fortunately I got to know Nana through friendship. Into no ye nyina the yɛ say your health, physical, and mental, no, a sound. Last week, I did discuss no, na kwamia.
Dr. Tina, baby, I will want to say a breaky, otemenka. Morning Star, moteme kasano. Morning Star.
Na temenka.
I don't know, for some reason, we won't say na kate sound, no, kate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, unfortunate, I lost my dad, so people are calling me continue. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Dr. Tina. Oh, our condolences to you. So sorry.
Yeah. So, people are calling back to back continuous. That is why. Yeah.
Oh, now me how I junior masa betam wesia. Sorry. Dr. Tina, answer your baby a topic neson. What my intro? Obi wo ho a wo pese wo da na say. This is the month of Thanksgiving. Inti saying obi wo ho a pese wo da wo masia me pacho yenko.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. The other day, I was saying dasi. Inti no medical I say thank you God. Because nyame na aboye nyina ye ho ban from January till this time so what nkwam a na che say adum bi na ye dey adum wo.
Okay, Dr. Tina Apostle Encho Besaba. Okay.
My back. Okay. Yeah, still almost for like over for still over back so. But anyway, sorry, mum find chemi. Nti ye da trade ase for protecting us. Me da mebusu nyina so ase my husband, my mom is in Canada. I have 3 kids. My church members, I'm the women's ministry leader of Church of Pentecost PIWC Dallas. And so I want to say thank you all for the love, the kindness, and everything. Thank you, Nana, for the platform that you have given me. And we are normally at the forum was nyina so. Meka se nyame unshra me da mu nyina ase. Samoma ye koyenim.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tina. Okay, any ebusia for Dr. Tina, a man for bebre shewoden say hey, I said almost so sorry. And Ebian Makako country, the Mako can the yanka.
Nana me probably yasiru.
Almost almost say kafra Dr. Tina. Sorry. You bet you home a tree be a becano. Before you know,
think that the my ya hochre ya is most of it and woman no interact no edwuma mu no omo ka English nti esa no wo kasa na edane but won fa nche ye tiefo nti na
me and the topic na ye ba be no say ye kase domestic abuse and no me so bring it home che ye mu ase krampo tre say
Okay. Enti say ye belko eno no straight no na me pese me brief ye.
And your
Ewo
papa briefing.
a little bit about two people me ye sure say yenya ye wasui Ghana fo nyina and Africa fo nyina ye ya we ye see ye and san mashase. Ye fre lady bi Rebecca Chiptegei. Rebecca no ye Olympic marathon runner. Da wiase nyinaa hu no sɛ woman yi yɛ obi a wotu mmirika yie paa a kyerɛ sɛ wagyegye emu abodin enti wagye din paa ɛnso saa domestic violence yi a yɛbɛka ho asɛm ebi too no this year ya ɛna ne partner ɛpɛ agya ɛde hyee no obi a ɔne ne wɔ mma enti asɛm wei etimi ato yenua a wote sɛ ya na kyerɛ sɛ ɛho hia sɛ yɛbɛka ho asɛm yɛnkɔ back a little 2 years ago ɛne yɛte Nigerian ni gospel artist Osinachi Nwachukwu ɔno nso so eku no ɛboo no kwabɔne so a ɔbɛyi ɛhwere ne nkwa ne nyinaa ɛyɛ atitirifoɔ bi a ni agye wɔn atum sɛ yɛhwɛ Osinachi a na Osinachi de oye Kristo ni ma papa a kyerɛ sɛ ɔto nnwom a ekuweme sɛ wobɛkae saa nnwom no a na wɔse akye saa nkurɔfoɔ yi nyinaa ɛsɔfa saa sɛ yɛhwɛ a nipa bebree are suffering in silence ɛno nti nɛnɛ yɛnya ho kwan sɛ yɛne wobɛka what is domestic violence. Ni nyinaa ne sɛ ɛyɛ abuse. Ne yɛka sɛ domestic violence a aseɛ kyerɛ sɛ obroni ma yɛte asɛ sɛ domestic violence is a behaviors in which one individual gains power over another individual. Ɛkyerɛ sɛ nipa mmienu ɛna wɔ hɔ nom a baako tumi benya tumi bi ɛwɔ baako so nti wɔhyɛ baako so ɛma baako ɛbɛyɛ mmerɛ ɛno ɛne yɛka nso wɔnyɛ tumi ɛwɔ no so si yɛkɔ CDC ne akɔ redi wɔn nso so wɔn meaning a asɛm a wɔn bɛka ne sɛ ɛkyerɛ sɛ physical violence, sexual violence, stalking, psychological aggression by a current or former intimate partner. Ɛno ne kyerɛ sɛ obi a ɛsɛ wokɔ baabi a n'ani di w'akyi wɔsesam. Just recently in the news, abayewa bi a no ɔne obi yɛ adwuma na nipa korɔ ɛstɔkee no na ɔkɔpɛɛ no ne ɔkaa so wɔn mpene ampa ɔkɔtwee tuo ɛna ɔde bɛshutu no ɛwɔ right in front ɛwɔ ɔmo adwuma mu enti no ɔstɔkee no ɔtaataa no ne bi saa stɔkee no ɔtaataa enti obi taataa o sorry obi taataa anaasɛ ɔde tuo bi ehunehuna anaasɛ ɔde tuo bi bɛbɔ anaasɛ sexual facts bi anaasɛ usika fam ne nyinaa no obi tumi hyɛ wo so enya tumi bi ɛwɔ wo so ɛno ɛne yɛfrɛ no sɛ domestic violence deɛ kyerɛ ne sɛ domestic no yɛ fie ɛkyɛ sɛ esi ɛwɔ yɛ fie nti sɛ ɔbɛhwɛ ho a Osinachi ene Rebecca Chiptegei omo die ni nyinaa no na ye fie ene free ti most often eyo omo a ya ware wo mo ebetimi aba se eyo husband ebetimi aba se eyo boyfriend ebetimi aba se eyo ex bi eno nti all the time eyo bi a one wote esi wo fie esi wo wabusua mu enkosi ewo abonten usually is within enunti ene yakasa domestic eye efie ye fie ene sisie enti me pasa ye hwehu se ene na domestic violence egu ahoduo bebra na ane ye wa ahoduo bebre ewo honom said ye mesi bobo so et se economic na ye financial aspect ubehu se woni nipa ne wo ho ebia wakofa ufri Ghana ena ode waba ena mu nyinaa mo ho ukoye adwuma oji sika no esan se wunnim hwi nti no oji sika ne nyinaa wu asika no oma obi Ena sika no wo so no akwa adwuma o. Ena odi mu nyina mo de aba enso so no o ma o sika ne bi. Uko bisa no so a onfa ma wo. Na cha se obo a watimode bi wo hye wo so ono de ope ena odi sika no e kire se jiwei eto aduane di anase ebi kra o ma wo bi. Enti no that is financial aspect of it. Into what's na wo sika so. Enti ye behwe hu a last week na ye discuss no ebesi mu se obey yi kra no wo hye ye hye no so emesika no kra no wontimi nya bi said ye wo so ye dey wonya bi e de hwe no ho. Enti wo be se pieto na wo so ohi a this wo ku bi sabemen bibia no this wo bi sabemen so oye adwuma. Inti ebasa na chese wadi wo so e financially no wadi wo so inti eno no eye a type of abuse under domestic violence, which is economic, and ye wo emotional so it's similar, it all boils to abuse. Okay, inti no emotional so ese wodi wani odidi watam basa ogu wani mase ese nipa mu no ojojo wan kasa chese ojojo ma wa se wan kasa nye nipa. All those things it happen within our family, within our relationship, within it's domestic. And it was psychological or you so wondering to hurt you. Will be used to wondering in so many ways. Now it does affect your mental health. Into one here, baby, when you're depression, when you're anxiety, ni panokura usuro, ese awusuo bi account. And I face to neglect come ese won fa ho se u be sha atade se won sha atade ni nyina won fa ho. Na ade a ye hu no se eya na mostly no se bia ye stocking na te se o stocking na o tata wa ubon se wo phone wo be fro wo phone sa ba bia wo bia no you want to know where you are.
Wow.
Yeah, they want to know where you are all the time. And our phones, so no, they can't trust you on that. So all the time they want to check what activity is going on near there. All those things, it boils to domestic violence. Edi adia kura ne menipa etu mi senko bi a oni obi abehia na mo relationship mu de senka ene nka I love you. Then so ekwowie ni say eno ena ya na ye hwehwem abodie mu na say scientifically no omo aya studies enhu say eya na eye anger management issues a enipa no ewo to obi wo hono mo a ebi aye ne fia ye titi ni mu no omo ni abotre ohun sade mpanimfo siko a omo kokora say bia te saga na hu say wo family house omo ko a obitimi kotwe nkrante anase a knife, right? Obitimi abo ni all those things no omo yenti oya kra no who said that is how when you are angry you act into what is no de anyini into be who say wo odbe worry ye no it's normal to him who nothing wrong with it into be so no so bufu a who said obesia managing into no ono so de sa anger ni all those saying nyina ebem wons what the bufu ya no atwituo ana the bufu ya watwesekan ana the bufu ya wo bobo all those things and many pa esa ebi so ye jealousy ahoya na all the time one dey say ono wo compete all the time ka partner dey nka me hu ye bibia ye bia no se be wie ye nyina na ye chafa is good for all of us, but he sees you as an opponent instead of seeing you as a partner. No, the who say we an opponent until then they begin to feel jealous towards you. And I face low self-esteem and it's mema obi yesa obi wo honoma ebia where like oni sa self-esteem no e betimi amana ye confident e betimi amana be esita enti no all the time no or feel inferior, and so feel inferior, and I was so will be at the same level. So he would just bounce on you like that. Sometimes too, they don't have a way of showing it. Into people say, well, you're trying to transfer of anger, and that's a transfer of behavior. It's because we're feeling inferior and internal, or then a transfer of the anger, or the bebas, because ebi or kwa adwuma mu a he's mellow, he's so inferior to them. He can't say anything over there. All the anger is harbored in the heart into one bar. Then they transfer to the weaker part of their partners. And don't see any manner a basa. Yeah, can you know so. And yes, be a man can suffer from it, or men and so suffer from that. And we have cultural beliefs, so has given way for others to control their partners. So over Africa, baby, you free. Sa ni ade atum se bema any three, and I said bema and the stronger part, and I said bema and the head. Yama bema position be in our society. Enti cause oba kra ntimi nkyerɛ na adwen, right? Oba ntimi nkyerɛ na adwen. Sansa sa ne atete ye mema. Enti no so oba no oba ware na oba kyerɛ na adwen o feel say oba no challenge no. Eno kra so so massa violence, domestic violence etimisi. Also feel say wo be challenge me. Who are you to challenge me? And ye will be. So they will show their manpower, and that's what they do. And a personality disorder or psychological disorder. May your mental health personality, ye who near money be brace, obi wa dream ka, and be our work. Intina a money behave that way. Ye frebi be schizophrenic. Schizophrenic no ya wo honoma. Ese bibi kasa chobo so say na enibi kasa echireni. Into a honoma. Enibi kasa chireni say fa wei ebo wei ko ne ko yese peja eso wei mu anasa bono anasa bi afa ne hyensuo mu na kaniti ehyem eni bi ene kasa kire no efra no schizophrenia enti eye psychological eye mental health enti yahwehwe mu ahu se mostly domestic violence bia ebesi no yehwehwe mu a ne trace a yetumu sese nipa no mental health issue ewo ho and nobody knew about it, nobody treated him or her about it, and akoswa and ebia ama all those things no esi enti se yehwe osinachi die ya utimu say there was mental health issue with this man.
Okay.
Yan solve will be a one treaty and a cobadisa. So we share chip take a dear. Why would anybody on this earth more deep ye kind of say gas baby will be so no package a bra one and a wobba Nina a bill honoma a body mushami who said a mental health issue and a money bassa. Inti anosu timiyasa. Ebisusu ya learned behavior from growing up in a family where domestic violence. Tisane midi kaka ya no. A learned behavior. Washasi anebi ano o papa bo o mami. Anaso o mami bo o papa. Into who say it's a normal form. Out to me show love towards the partner. To be so benyi no no so ye bibisa. Inti no. So I'm fa brosua ebi or the befa or finances and now emotional and now torment be by stalking you, all those things. I feel so ye freebie to say alcohol and drugs can also impair individual. Intino yasha yen baby ye free misana me kaipa man be no onum sapa. Now onum sa to me toga temunina like he can do things that are abnormal. Enti unum sa a real dream because a cover wide dream so into unum sana ubua you can do things violently and also so it make also sa ye won roboni bi will no bonny be so swa, ubetumi, anom, I no so betimi amau, enya, all those, behaviors, na, enya, because I wouldn't say, Ronwa, a shower so, a shower so, ye woo ye be a woo, because it makes you see things differently. I said, I can't say schizophrenia, dear. Who say, unum san, I saw num robonina, elti and the fufro. What's in your my bonny be what wide sako ye way, and don't see a woman, or my anomunum roboni, ano who pa, and will be ampasel or ben womo, a sad in intia. Intia also it to me call ecobasa. Inti risk factors so honum. Inti yebo mode say, obasha risk factors, I could one in so sabeya. Ebi enyo na ye sha ye were individual ye were relationship ye were community and ye were societal issues and no any risk factors because unfortunate ya we at society bi mo and a society ni age atu mo say e mema hye ma so ana say so hwe ye nuanom I'm just using it as an example to say if ye nuanom e bi enkremofo a first and Mishano, I don't know if they're still doing it. Near see your baby a man a walk. Our background, you don't have the privilege. When they are going to the mosque. Intino, ya ma I inferior. Intino emma who ma say we inferior. Intino, a shasi in our society. I a risk. Ama yenya ye free titre African. Ye mu ema enti eno na ka ho ema aware mu no yetimi cause domestic violence ema ne bemu because ye buma se omunye hwe enti obi bo ho no ma oho pa wotifie pa na wokunu de oba enam nani so na ode na ba abeda fie ho abra oba no esanse wo hu se wuye nipa because society has made him superior over you. Internal society has been one of the risk factors. Your community, internal. Ubon say community wo hoi. Yeah. Wadia bi ayagia tu tin chen. Chasi empasi ye jemu. Even nowadays that and niyama fufuro and as a technology and as a knowledge people are still sticking to what their community is all about. There are great values what your community mo ebiti media kwayenim but say and niyama kwayenim niyama boni bi wo hososo a e wo se yeja na emom yebo modern epia obi a me kai pass na misana ma me dokuno mu nyina ya advert. Say girls' education is important. Why? I didn't think you see a young ma education. And my dream be yes, we bet me out abwefie perfectly. And now says ye be subit to me out school. Near be crana sabria me yet a medical professional. Ebi ana yari be abomiku. I can help all those things. Nini nani adrian or munya say the bipia. Tinia mabisa ye bet me afa. Ye dia koyenim. Nemo niema bi to say, yes, wo bema nko jade. Enti no, ye ma bema emeso of adiem. Ube usa feri wo nyini na okọ ware a. Saa ye dia atete no, it's a society. Enti na dream no to rewind it no when you know we 30 years. Afi na wo be rewind no. It's gonna take a hard work. Enti eno nyina ka ho enema domestic violence. Akoso bebre ebitu ya mofra ewa aware mu just I have even made a duet by me posty your friend lady B Isis she is known as a trophy wife. Now obey or ma emayua mienu na obema baako na unfortunate and wokoshia or abrantie sikani na ono YouTube awoye na wokyerɛ ma how to catch a good man, wosika or the bishop. But wow. Unfortunate, no one will be no ho, and omu breaking ye namu that week, you know, and okoshia says sikani, or mofra 2 years, 4 years, or my ma, and a bema bako. And 1 week, and one Samai a worry. On any worry, few ya bedi Halloween, you know. Now we change the man and who says something is out, it's not right. Or share my friend home, I just says will be a foul. And will be 4-year-old in the say. Why in a year will be touchy one or say me papa, dad. To okununa or worrying into one it can happen to our children as well. And don't think your friend is a domestic, nanko papa dear. 4-year-old need 2 years old, are they? But will be what honma a dream fee be and as a mental health issue be a what dada. And obey she and just a week our warren. You see, you did not get to know this person. And violently violated Oma Minu. Inti idea a coswa a affected a mofra any a ma enyina. Yeah, to us. Yansha statistics say asema ye kan ti ebi esisi anase ye de papemu ene akasa. Send him de ye mfato ho say ye nuanom mienu Christopher ene Olympic ye no ye de ye mfato ho ye hwe ye hwe CDC. Or see, according to CDC, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will experience physical violence. Intino will be betting me about physical violence to set wabo, watching sutu, or this can be a bow, or pejasho, wabo, all those kind of stuff. No, and then your friend said physical violence. And also 1 in 6 men experience some form of sexual violence. And I just said, Mema so it's in yet a man. And also 1 in 3 women almost also suffer sexual violence. Not just I didn't see all the time. And they test see and so where you fear and I your bushing. And say who here say what's you mean no me wow me you're very careful because it can happen to any of us. Sir, I see and I make an answer me. No. Was say I can't believe say atomy because was say they didn't manage it to say hawk. Ain't you know, look at Obi or see many didn't manage like a hawk. Still, God have violated, a man violated that way. And so we should be very careful. Yes, and to statistics, so say 1 in 6 women and 1 in 19 men have experienced stalking or tatao. See, we both say a man and man, so you will be otimi tatao. So, Obasha, who's now yet teenage, yeah, or man temu, number boy business sound, was a sound all the time. What's a sound or background or bakasa who Jana crown was a sound. All those things are stalking and they shouldn't be allowed. I'll say at least 5 million acts of domestic violence occur annually to women and age 18 years and older. And just at the end they see and over 3 million involving men. They must see a shapa one more affect to one kase ma ene ukada. Intina mostly no na ye boho kese pa na so her statistics nyina ye hwe hunu se ma ne de no ene na dos 1 in 3 but me no ye be a 1 in 7 na se bibisa nti ye be ya den ene ye betimi esi sa eniema sei akwan anase ekwan na entumi emma ye so eniema ben ahoban bo ben eni betumi aye. First of all, as a mental health practitioner, may catch us a mental health no ensure say obi a wadwa ne ho no wonam abonten so ni akase wabodam there be. Mental health no can affect everybody on this earth. Ebia wabofran wunim pa pefe sa abofra de bi nkoyie when it comes to mental health. Ewo ni behavior mu esa nani so wo hye kakra esa niema bi wo ho no ma esa wo so no no akwachi aboakra no bechi or peja no dia stom. All those things should trigger you say something is wrong. Now so who say bibi how abofra mana enkata so because wo kata so no odi benyini odi nyini no odi kowari obi eno na ma ohaw ene amane ba enti ye stress enuanom munjintum say mental health ewo ho ewo say ye say ye hu bibi sa ye ko ne ye kwaji treatment eno ne number 1 betumi aye to prevent this violence, domestic issue, relationship issues, all these problems we are having. Ni nyina no mental health na wo say ye gitum say ewo ho na hu hia say ye boy ye ho ban efri sa so hu say obi was schizophrenia na what say ene bi e ka chan so wonya bibia mfa ne ko ayaresabia ye wo nura hodo ana treatment ye betumi de say ni pakra to so near treat no so obi pass obeware oba bem ana oba bem aka so okoware e wo say oba clear na aka say me ba bem man wo issue say na nipakro beji atum na oni sa be ma na to anamawa watu because wo kata so na ohaw bi say ekoto a ha adwen ye nyina ya te hanom na Barbara eni okunu sofo o twi tuo dako ena o shoot Barbara ena ebeda a news say Ghanaian pastor shot ne yere. Enti ni nyina no it started from here. Ubehwemu no na your mental health issue bi owom ebia na your depression bi a wanya wonhu how to talk it out. Eno etimi cause science eno ya ade ebetumi eye free mental health. Afesi yamra your religion please. Religion. Your religion no ye hu sese ye hwa Ghana say ya religion di kunya pa kese ne dinya so wo relationship no. Esan say ye de religion no ahye nipa said ye nyankopon pese ye no ye nya ne saa na emo ye de ahye nipa so ye de hu bi ahye nipa mu me kai say Barbara de no okọ all night na ye se sofu bi ko hye nkom say the sofu we na wo so ware no saa sofu ya saa ko hye nkom say wo yire eye bayifo eno ena cause Barbara death. Enti yenhwe ne yie sane ye di ye religion no yenye very careful said ye see ekasa winya platform as soft as elder as penny bi wa sorry na wo kasa just be careful said ye will be utter words very important.
Almost.
BTM mute too, why?
Mommy, I'm saving the chicken for last and the chicken is blocking my way.
BTM Pacho, mute yourself, mommy. Go babe. Mute no me ya wa ha say nye.
Yeah, Mrs. I may try some ye.
DTM me Pacho, mute yourself for mommy sis.
Yeah, for one sunny sister sabe.
Okay, why that is
Okay.
Kamuta Dr. Tina and Ka all right, both Facebook and TikTok hano, someone in Ka Pachoyan Twaso.
Enti ye hu say your religion and your mental health no you take care of it and also be boy amasa ne mane mane nyina afri ho afeso so aware afem ene because of technology abenti no obi wo ho no ma nipa no onim ne da but esan say wo hu no wo online keke ene one na ye de ekoware say nipa ne te say you don't know enti na de ye kan nyina ne say so wo hu so no obi paso obeware just take your time study each other empepre wo ho ene nipa kro enkoware ebia no wo issue kase bi wo ho a wunim enti eno so ya ade a e wo se ye hwe ho ye ene ye ba ye society and our community a yesra mo say ene biaba Emma are not inferior. They are all creators of our God. Enti no waboye nyina sa ne nsa so. Enti ma ye ntriti ma say ye inferior. The moment I hear cancer gu ye mema ni tirimuno, nebe show mu tirimu madachi, and wa kunya nsunsu aso obi to say. Na ankohwe yi a no okoda prison because na kobu obi a obetimi ame abechew anasa ukwa obi ne da you betimi abechew anasa stalking all those things ne you betimi abechew asay life enti yes society so enhwe ne yie say a man so ye nipa say a mema e wo say obema e respect oba no oba so e respect bema ni nyina eye na ni nyina so eho hia ena afa so no say ebi ayeye wa kwantu omi na financial aspect ni all those things no and e was say woman bibia ya clear to your partner and fa bibia nsie e was what ase na one of the best or counseling they will tell you say the best way they say keep three accounts, one for each other, one for both of you. So one for each other and then one for both of you. And you know, say me here underwear. And ya fe na mbeka actually me kunu say me here underwear. Say me here say e bi atade e bi a enya fe na me ba beje e be boy and I say bibisa. I face communication. I was here kasa ye hwe ye kasa yi. And said ye ubesia kasa obu onma or kasa kra ubutimifu. And so all those things should be out. All kasa mbosa kasa and chine edemu. E wasa botre kwanso ana obuo kwanso wodin kita ho. Na fe so onu obi kasa mani pakro so nchira na adwen. En obia wa adwen chire. Enti so obi nya adwen chire. You have to compromise and come in between. Say, bia, okay, minu mienu, say ni ye kano, nemo ye sha ni nyina bebo, and ni ye fan to say. Na mu mienu nyina be shiam in fin. Nemo show bisu say, shut up, you aren't supposed to talk. Keep quiet. Ona your bar. No, you don't do that. And at first, you don't insult your husband. So, bia. We are matter say ebi mo ka kwase nyina achiro mo husband ni nyina it's not good, it's inappropriate behavior ti bia mas and I was say you giant me the best see hanom na so obi wo question ni adwenkyere so a ono mo so mo achire mo adwen. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Dr. Tina, nyame ensure o chese wa ma enomani bi a wabobo so no chese ye nyina ye ho adure yen. Na se obi ni me question a ube boy kakra ne say obi ni ne partner e wo ho a na enipa no abuse na ebe den enoma ben na we should look out for, especially married woman no enoma ben na ye nhwehwe mu.
Yeah, minim say obia ya abuse no onim say ya abuse no obia wo awariemu na ye boa minim se unim se ye bo
bro ni bi wo ho a omo se me ma ne do wo mu ti be ma ne do na to de bi wo ho e wo so obo ne kakra.
Yeah, me share video bi sa na set of mami bi can be bisa. No, it's never accepted. It's never ever accepted. So we be able to show you love. It's an se baby a ye free ban obi wa
Pachomo fanche no beba sesi a.
Obiwa efi a yetiti ni mo no wo hu se ebi o papa ebo mami all the time to feel say it's a way of showing love. A mental health issue because the exposure no basics no when you're correct inti na man e basa inti no it's never true so obi bua a love. Inti so wo aware mu na se yebo anasi enhyeso boni bi wan kasa otimu so ho aye tidan mi ko bi online no kasa ohu maami bi kra na ne raho like in a ho atete na be man look rich. That's abuse is going on. It can be economic abuse, which is the financial. Inti niama sa can ebe mo wa adwen aba so say me kunu bo me Mami bi asema no okosi ye bonu ama olusu consciousness. Na niba no ho so no ohye mpaase. Ena bema ne ti akonwam na ɔse na ha de me ye de ɔse an na me twan ahweso awu me de ma fa do akɔhye baabi.
That's sad.
That is sad.
To say a bro, and your dog, a bro, and
your dog because okay. Ubetimi ewu afem. Ubetimi epra. Said your snatch the any a bro na the bono. Me you sure set some of the organs and a whole kind into ma ulusu nenkwa. Because the more we nipa, all these places are filled with organs. And I said, who split cry who can't. You can never stop bleeding. You can die. Inti a bro is never accepted.
Okay.
Be at me yeah.
And yeah, Ghana for you on say yeah, Ghana for you say physical abuse. Say you kunu no manaya urinum abuse. Yeah, especially media make us a Ghana for majority of Ghana for. Ebedi na handle because I told the be of ya na ukunu boa obekwa na weni ahunu na bia ye di makeup bi afa so ebasa yenko kanche ya sorry pastors a man bitimi ye brave enough to go to their church pastors but omukwa omunye bibia amfa ho omusenye hwe continue so obebo mpaye na oba na befie na ebro no ye bono over and over nti yenya ne de ben because ye pese ye be report to ye kunu no mo so ama wo mo ho akiri wo mo no situation yenya ne den.
So domestic violence when it comes to a physical abuse and say yeah, it's very critical and it's federal law against it. It's against humanity. And you know you're taking it very serious. And so we are suffer nase wa sorry baba no one be catch or say be a ukunu bona. It's not tolerable. It just say what's the ejitum and what's the ejitum. And to suffer the obetimi ayene say you have to report this issue. Said ye ti cultural healthcare personnel say so abofra ba naso obi ba now suspecting abuser you report. One report ni who say ni pay ba ho na hu ye no one report even though what obey no you will be held responsible. Sa and I was say ya sofo ni nyina ye wo. Enti se sofo ntimi moa na wakọ work say okọ counseling. Marriage counselors wo ho. So okọ na ntimi moa wa ye wo hotline services. Me nim say bia Ghana e wo hotline services. Ye wo hotline services e wo hosa a ubetimi afre line no ye be chiro kwan hodo bebra ubeti afa so a ubetimi free because so obi abuse wa ye advice and say you don't just get up and say I'm leaving you because you are abusing me. We say obekum. Okay. And you who say niama bebre esisi sa say yes say u jano na obeshutu ana bibisa enti ye wo kwan a efa so a e wo say wo de dodge e da no na woman be you so demure very cutesy no de ne de e mfa to ho o say no domestic violence relationship woni okunu no wo maso so wo ho na no a try attempt to get out of the marriage na enye yi onhu kwan yo mfa so ti okunu birthday and I know maame yes our birthday na ma okunu no. Okay. No say would you dikai na me ne nkura no yenye ready ni emra. That time no afre onua bema o makọ rent car o de ba be peke niam aye bibia enti no de obema no koya na car ni besi ho no onua bema pake wo mo niam nyina e na pabam o mo call baby a bema na nya dey enti min tracing. That's how you live. Okay. To save your life.
Now, Dr. Tina, you mo bi wo ho a eya na ye nko report says your beya will leave call baby fufuro one report one na say bi wo ho a ya na ye suro krasi e beje restraining order to any partner so nti afuto ben especially ya Ghana for no eya ye suro say ye call report no e de ben na
so all reporter and only here because it protects you and on na sorry, Barbara Wanyen.
Yeah.
The Barbara Ekwaji restraint report. All those things are against the husband now. She could have been alive today. But it sounds a one restrain order, and as one report, make I video be on me, no cross walk report. Was say no, don't go report. Just let us leave. Don't report. We yes, obeku, and you have children or people around that you leave behind. And the best thing is to report. So what to me locate to a place nipa to me locate to dear, it's safe. But say bia wuni baby afa na nipa no betime access to you dear, you have to request a restraint order, and it's very important to protect yourself. Say be ya nipa no ma dachi bi emeku ana omeye wo bibi. Yeah, it's very important to report.
And Dr. Tina, and do I mean who drew says our financially name so cry. Say bia ye kunu no na say ye yerenum. Ye sick asem omo ma ye nhum te se de enua baby de beda ye se oye adwuma ni nyina koni kunu accounts mu be ma no chese oni access to bia even bank card and say ni nyina no enti no so ye some form of financial abuse.
It can be. It can be, but sometimes too you have to communicate. I was only in the panic edi hon komo. Obu a nya na adwene ne sa say bia or abuse e kwan bi so sa. But ebia on nim how to communicate. Enti wo na was only nipa no e kasa. Say mejidi say ebia enya adwen bone na wafa de. Na emo se be ya memma na min bebisa medi die anasa atade a mehye ana draws a mehye ntino mesro e wo se sika no ma me bi sei anasa ode bank no ye nyina ye nchemu miensa na ye nyina ye koye adwuma ye abegu hanom na kakra bi die percentage bi sei no ye mfa na be ma no ka se no na o hye so na on tie dia wo kan dia ene it's a economic abuse. That's violence. And there will show so ankasa. But one tiasia, neso one tiasia kekenebia only communicating that bibia fa, it's okay. But so what they show so, and also what they be punish with you. It's violence, it's an abuse.
That's it. And yeah, wo educate here no bibi stand out for me. I'm a person who church mo. And she said, me fan so you be worry. Neni pano wehu ne ye bi ewo ne ho ase ade apa mentally no bibi wo ho a yebetimi aye mental screening
Yes.
I request maybe me fiancé me hu se bibi ade apunti ye nko check eno ma bibi wo ho sa
One country is that BB is not adding up. Go be denied. So the other kind of said, oh, see, you be worried. Me perceive ye screening, health screening. Into health screening, no, it be near. You be kwa mental health personnel. You be kwa say, ye wa near ma be bra. You be timi the eye screening. Say be a nipa no krebia or depression be dada. Ye wa near ma be a debema wa ma wa anza. And I see a bishop will fear your history. Dear Africa for ya, dear pa, and said they never want to expose their history.
Thank you, me da so.
They don't want to expose their history, and that is very bad. Until I was will come out. I have what dear many Jew among see a kuno crowd, Bacano cray. Now, Bacano crest, I'm ye way, me fair drew way, me ye way. But men who say, yeah, no, oh, Wabushia or diabetes. Also, diabetes, but no diabetic lineage. More blood pressure, no deny. It's part of us, but I was say, Obia come clean. So, be Obia and cleaning, so just go and get that screen. It's quite just like ye draw blood. Yes, you have other mental health screening. Ye be yama. I'm what yet Timmy who say any pay or issue. And I say, be crying out, call hospital and you figure out, say, oh, this person has a past medical history of this. So I was sending in a back table or so. And mom, they almost say, BB, something is wrong. Please, mental health is very, very essential. Be careful with your movement.
Dr. Tina, me funny say, be a me wa down for be. Now oni ni kunu ewo how na ni kunu no physical abuse or abuse no na nipa no ebe ka kire me a was a me report to many panel.
Say wo catch say bi oba na be catch ko catch be man.
There be say be our me who or the evidence actually me say physically e be ani ku bono we prepare na me fa ne say me healthcare professional meaning say healthcare professionals there ye mandatory reporters to report it but me fa ne say me nim sa nim die na okay say me fa phone na makwa report to and I said me boa no abra won so
as a friend, what I would say before I even bring in healthcare aspect and say as a friend was say uni panel e kasa say this is the situation wo na emwa ni panel nti kwan a ye be fa so a ye be boa wuni nti me de me hu say me ntimi enhwe han Emma Woo and I said Bibisa internet was said ye kohumwa to say be a therapy and answer counseling. If that one is not working, then I suggest that this is the number we have to call for help. And you know, sometimes yana nipane nya willing, you can't move the person.
Okay.
Yeah, if the person is willing, then you can move what you can do is to provide all these access to that person. So these are the access. It's available. We can just call and they can move you to shelter. Sebe ya, ye be mu aduane, ye be protect you. Sebe ye won't minya access to you. Won't proud.
Dr. Tina, me patrol, obi wa question wo we bet me a type on panasa per se panelists ya mo wo mo so mo questions bia mo so mo bet me aba ene ma me fa me nua na or then a story aba no obi say how to safely leave an abusive relationship. Dr. Tina ebede na say bia abusive relationship ma o my example be about or baby or fan or planning say bet me a cheche mu esebeden near ye ho because to the bi ana wo don so akodi nipa ne ho nipa ne bo na china na bia wa toka ma na wo de power chow enti na basa ye hu de ye.
So sometimes you can't just walk out because it's a relationship, it's a matter of the heart. And so a whole lot are involved. Ntimi and sorry prekope say me ja me do honom na mako nti ade a betimi abo ani pa na say I was so catch any pa na say this is what I've seen say bia wo issue be say nti yenko kosiki for help. That's what couples do. You are each other's backbone until you are each other's keeper. You are lifting each other up. Nti e bia wo hu say ni pa no o issue be say ya de obetumi aye say Obe fenipano edenako help.
Okay.
Unless this person resists. Na so ma ho kwan say bia fa me ko helper. Ubetimi ako counseling. Ubetimi ako mental health personnel. Ye de what to adro so another therapy bi amoye to train you to how to even instead of besini ni panakasa so e wo fie no betimi aboa e mani pano ebufuo master how to control anger management tini nyina no ye bema obi a obekyerekere obesuesua no aye ni nyina nemo if all this fail right so what try bia na still nipa ni ku dia you have every right say woko na how to go no any ye ka say ye wo hotline ubetimi press our hotline or guide you how to be in a safe place. See, you do baby a safe. You do baby to say a Nigerian lady be now or shelter, no or share an ordeal. Now or shelter you provided. That is one way. I betimi abuawo. And I face so secondly, ubetimi move away, ube change your phone, ubi and to move away. That's another part. So yeah.
Yo, Dr. Tina, any now church and so can sexual abuse part in so. Ewo ho enti se bia me fa ne se maye aware for yin so no. Wo partner ebetimi a pressure wo for essay bi a enemu part no abra wonye ready for eno no so sexual abuse ana happens.
So sexual abuse no non-consensual. So when you now having agreed, right?
Even our reform so.
I worry for Kurana, you have to agree. Say be our husband ba hono aka say be oh Mr. me home family. Into Nadia, please. Then the panel for so or no that it's abuse. And all the time you will be more nipa no betosha so like no foreplay, nothing. Betosha so why na say or a toy. Anytime he wants, he gets it. All those things no na ye ka say it's an abuse. And that is it shouldn't be tolerated.
Eno ye ade nso aya na ye Ghana fo mu no eya na eno so hard journey because on said that part no eya na you so hard. Especially me dey make say ema no ememe ni bi nso eso obekọ akoka kire wo bi hwan kra na beji we di say bia oh na wukunu nso eto sho so na aye de eben say ye wukunu aware watua wo sta no so ya awareness a e wo say ya na ye kire ye ho me patcho mo tie no mo so question bi na say bi e kire ma adwene so a ene yes sister Ajua Akoto ediama mediama no Ajua Akoto mema mama mi refio ada media abna rose ne ba na ye Ajua Akoto
Di ano
Dr. Tina bo wule mo kakra na
so I can't even mean to be fun to me today.
Yenfa abna koto okay medama say hey amanfo gift welcome boss lady Rachel welcome phone fit welcome yeda chese be braba be join yeda mase okay you baby Ajua Koto de na asem ababa be dan ye Ajua Koto obi a ni kunu akofa no free Ghana about almost 3 years in you say about 3 years in na bema no edene baye no bema ne mano enye adwuma hey Auntie Florence welcome bema ne mano enye adwuma o fie wo ye housewife or say obaye no wo pese okoye adwuma bema ne emfa ne mpie abonten say bi omo bekọ bia no mo kwa akoye groceries no de na ba asori krampo no bema ne mfa ne nkọ bia enti no the bema ne ye no afei eha no atiatia ne ade oye nso ana bema no bono physically or bono otimi bono emanipra but onimo bia ohun de wonye enti one day bi na apartment a wo mote no Ghana ni bi ekọ no okwa akotwhwe obi ena Ghana ni no kọ ringe wo mo doorbell Abna Koto wo mo doorbell ti Osi wo lady no bie door ne ma no nti osi wo koe no ne window on say ya wo inside a wutimi hu de owo abonten no ena owo mu na osi wo ye Ghana ni na osi am ye Ghana ni ena osi ubetimi ebie mi hwehwe obi unim sister asomasi ena oye na osi de bi na osi o me pacho ye nyina ye Ghana fo ibie door no na menchia nti osi na lady ni suro ni kunu ni fie na ni kunu so aka che ne se ompese oni obia bekasa e na wo abuse no physically wa brona nti osiledi ni bie do na ohun se nani ahono na bruises e na wo so mu na osi aden God being so good no say na lady no enim no from way back from Ghana e na o say me fa ne se obusa ne se aden wati ato wepra no si lady ni so soon e ka kire ne quick say ni kunu abefa na ba be 3 years ni na be ma no story a wa bonus a o mani mpia bonten o mani nye bibi enti one ne ka say krampo no onye no nkoko si ni kunu no beto se owo ho a adwuma odi bedi no e na lady ne say o ka sa ni situation we pa no obejai ne ho a no obo ene ni kunu ne ba no se opa na cho se wonko e na eja ono nso so ompese obegu obi aware e na lady ne koi na otro ne phone number e de man no se any opie or she said ni kunu no kwa adwuma on the opie na o kwa outside the crowd one suro obi phone na on fan friend ina of friend lady enti adwo akoto ye na o friend lady no ena ochechi mu che ne se continuously be ma no ebo no na lady ne say on ti me handle bi na on the okofre report o ye or report o ye ena omo be examine lady no so omo hu say ni kunu no abo na che se o se ni hu nyina ena ni kunu no omo de kwato church pastor enim omo de kwato church pastor enim no na was say ye tunefo ena abeya ma ye de ukunu akoto jail ena ye Ghana for bibi say ba ni kwan se na wadamfo ne prepare ne ho ema mo ko report ni ade ena lady no akoyi case no e free e ho e de abafie enti o sister la de be ma ne ye no ebro ni njaye ena oda so ne nete ho enti o sister si a wonya de be on san report na ye mechi ni kunu no because osuro so say so ko report wa ebia na church pastors ne elders na omoma ye asem ni free ho ese ye me handle no na ebia omu nyina ho akire no nti no e de be na ye sister adwo akoto onye owoso otie yen hu de sesi a wonye because ni kunu na ka che ne se so osa report ni biema ono so de ne be ko Ghana na se de obeye no nti amafie bi abanimu onhu de wonye intimesere mo ye panelists amowo so Dr. Tina ede be moa obi say she should run for her life onye adwuma ebede no run for her life
yeah enti the atene say o abuse no what they do is almost threaten one what the hu ashow two ena why say no ya can say me person me can cheat waji ni to me waji oba ni to me because say we adwuma na wo ska na wutimi ye bibi right waji sa power ni nyina enti say you are the subordinate when ya wo suit to me enti ubehra yesua abuse and violence ni nyina no they were talking about something like this enti waji sa to me ni nyina enti na ama oba no is true onim the right thing say e was set on reporter but a who be I dear shame and a sa power no ayaji free in semono and no and a cavern be a own team in capacity we crank and also baby sir. See the best thing I say to report and call that number. No, they never call a kind of say special place for protection. I'll be feeding on IBBR till say obenya snabia papa. Into the best thing I said, I was so reporting on. This is not a matter about a pastor or anything. Maybe pastor na ako kind of back say abuse in quantity on Jokora M2 or my or Bemi Abechim. Yeah.
No, so say another way they say on say Ghana for a no more bay and no Yakofa free Ghana ba and I fan
it here. Life and death, and the Eka so
okay,
who are Ghana for no still will talk, right?
Okay.
Who are Ghana for Dano, me call New York or sorry, Bibu. No more Jessica. Or more Jessica, ma sister Bia, no a free mo, ne ma. And then besides, this such a young girl, dear. A dear Diana Abekuni. It was domestic violence. And therefore, Sika hin ye betimi ya jeje aboa wo ma abrawawu. Sika hin. The gotsi asia na wan ukan wan tu mu to endure no. Wan ye bibia no ami ye kun no. Wo si Ghana for na beka sent no. And now wawu no. Ghana ni wo tria say $50. That's it. That is it.
Dr. Tina me catch me ba obi busa se edie ben na or ye in the first place or upeso me pacho eno de minima de oye but it doesn't matter de why ye ekrampo no obi any authority say obebo ne yire anase ni kuno regardless of the obano me fa ne se so adidi na temo so aye den yo the husband has no place ɛso ɔbɛbo ɔbaa no ɛna ɛnyɛ bro nkora bro ɛyɛ bro a ɔde evidence akyerɛ sɛ uhu ɔyɛ nipa kɔkɔɔ uhu ne ho marks a ɛwowɔ ne ho a it's so bad me patron mu kakra me de bɛma no Dr. Tina
I address that issue. Me who say society always want to point hands to say bia we are dear. And as your cast will be at will be mana said the atade na be a sheno.
Yeah.
Instead of say ye blaming the action. Now many pakro are taking responsibility for their own action. Yani ye bisa all these questions, which is not right.
Yes.
There will be caught trouble be musana. We don't accuse the person. Say be any panic kodidi in atem. And then ye chile musa domestic violence will be a mental health issue. And in interest why any be kura.
Yeah.
Because any part of mental health issue. And a man yes sir. Kasa be a kaguna sum and a man yes sir. And I send in Ruboni be a one and a man yes sir. Inti no ka hwe kura woni di nipa nata wonye hwe no nipa ne timibo at any time. Inti no ya na mostly ngina bibi pote so nipa no why yeah.
Ena ejuma kura ejuma no say eye o ka kyen so opese okoye ejuma. Say na ohifie nso nko a onko ba bia. Inti o say where is this lady? Me patrol owo America ha say ya Sister Rita, ubetimi ehume in chambers na me de meet me in fact more information and shada and to Japan. Me patrol our America has say, Globe Ediana efutuo ena obeka because some say yeah Ghana for no fear. A lot of people are dying in silence because all can be ni Ediana ye ma okunubo. Diana, wano den we your ba won ka wano ntu enti
go free see I go for free Ghana na ba na opposite what they charge better be man no so na chese ye case na chese udwane no see and that's why a lot of people are very hesitant to talk about their problems to people because once you talk about your issue to somebody this is exactly what they're going to tell you. I again see it is a dear walking. Dr. Tina Kania, what you know, the tackle no a very serious case. You can lose your life, she said. And I've seen so many of it. Akata for no cry no more has say cry sa Uber was yo it's okay, he will change. Or better now sa ni abono no. Sometimes and yes I even cry or bono cry no bet me after two boom no wakun. It happen with us all the time. What did the China say? It's yen ya bano, adwa you go from Abena to Adwa, so I'm very much confused, you know. You are confusing my intelligence, sister. Anyway, so what if me what ma ye niaba no ne say even though oyenikunu openo as you know you've tackled before on the dinner buyer and everything but the woman is not a doormat for a man to be doing that to her. Dr. Tina Kaya, your mental way your mental way you're very important. And you know, we have to secure that mental health, within ourselves. Okay. She needs to report it. Reporting meaning say, report wa bema no oni usu to me too much biasa. Why? Because they omo monitor mo. Muna mo nyina people monitors you. All they make sure na say. And they say bibia happen to oba na they will hold the man first responsible because what the abuse na beto what you say
okay
first and a second so say one person obey I say resources no dosun to say the Dr. Tina Kaya there's a lot of resources that she can use okay just my phone cry no mo pesa obeba no wa beka bibi say cry chere omo no ma boa because they don't dwell on hitting a woman in this town, in this place. Not even everywhere. they don't almost pesa ewa ha period.
Meda se go be mesa ba ho ene DTM ba ko pe na o se ne nuoma na o de be ye adwuma no akodi ni kunu ne ho na ba na ye de ye adwuma ne na yi green one ni nyina no e wo ni kunu ne ho nti no onim ha akora ne nsa betimi aka obetimi de akwa akoye adwuma DTM ba ko pe. Sis, welcome. Unmute yourself.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, a topic no, they're very important because in Crawford FM, sometimes when it will be air kasa, now I catch you say, hey, and tika kra me de betun su kra me ni bio. No we be say, uni be say na say o ye adwuma. O say ai ni ye adwuma sika ni nyina ko me kunu account. Ti no opa no o ma me. Na eya me nwanwa kakra because me hwe say ene mre ni bia bei wo be yire ho ya adwuma na ni nyina akoda obi account mo na se ope bibia age wa san friend ni panansa na wa ma wana but listening to you no not just say go for problems
Yeah.
because I'm even taking it from the mental mental health part. Things that nipa no abuse no or mental issues. Abusing and so mental issues. Because what would force you or then a back say when you went through certain age, when you be eba and I relationship. Odo be nkoa na ebeba wani so abeka se o daddy me fa me bibia nhye say nipanim especially in terms of financial literacy. I am someone I'm very passionate about say oba bia you have to be financially independent. Raising let's say I think says oh yeah financially independent it brings a bit of respect between couples, all right? Because unfair or pressure and answer issues and kodan or partner all the time. We have to remember see any no ye free. Ebusua different ni yeba. Me too me a firstborn. As a firstborn. Yeah, my memory is a firstborn there. Oh, now Bushani tree be show mommy, be show papa, be show me and near the other. And say, who needs our financial independence now? How would you be able to look after your family?
Mom, can I get your water from over there?
Yes. How would you be able to look after your family? Now, no, only be bema akoshia. Now, oh, koton to mama, me, I say, oh, sweetie, oh, mommy. Ukoto me kwa say oh mama $5 ebu oni ho eno na I think some pay no eyema other partners no ebe abusive because it drew baby I say uhuye ni punishing nti no uhuye na shi no de abuse na no be abuse na for the lack of respect no aba ho ne ade so the topic is very important. There was one lady in Ghana, East Legon. Minimum a story now. Now, or a friend of a friend. Nikruno, sika like they were well to do. But this is an issue where a guy no abuse lady no since how many years I'm worried, and I think they had 2 or 3 kids. Or abusing the debia and the family. We're not supporting this lady. Okofie, no go catch any mommy, ne papa. Say, oh, I see mercy. Say na, excuse me, say na oh yeah me. Into me person me befi almost a cop.
Because any
So only must say no one no tua unya be my school fees. Only so no one do mommy call hospital. Into no cop because say one kwan kwatena ware na see ya. Kwana na be hwe yen. Sa na last minute. Odiku mami.
Oh.
Till now, yes, till now. Ya chi ni tu mu ya you know. because of the influencer or society nim.
Right.
And ebusua no kra na ebekwa from kra so mo be witness ne kra, they are not ready to even tell the story. And this beautiful lady, yeah, age group, ekunu keke, e won menim, you know, so it's happening. It's happening, and people are suffering this domestic violence. But I think there has to be like, to say well, platform is a support group.
Yeah.
There has to be people almost championing this agenda. Dr. Tina, one our program will be you talk about domestic violence and what people can do so that they don't fall victim to those things. Sanyo Mano, ebetimi save a lot of people. So the topic is very important at this point in our lives. Thank you.
Nyame ensure. And mema Sister Rita Akwaba.
Yeah,
Acho ho ye de.
If I try more now, Zoe.
Nyankopon adom ye nyina ye ho ye pa. Ipacho wo mo a ene sen wo beti nuaba ne story ne adesua Dr. Tina e bia churchere no.
We talk but I'm just sorry now. Kind of just want to contribute, but Dr. Tina at the end, I didn't really like pay attention much because I just got there. Only baby, we have. I know it's America. I live in Canada, and there was so many resources that you can go through. You don't have to get your husband arrested and answer press charges, but you need protection. And I will console. They have people that will take you home. Like, yes, I call police phone. I can be to me do work with fee. I'm one of my and Kratana, the work now through more domestic violence and women or whatever you have, you call it. With me, a report to whom or more. Through that resources, no, there's so many near my the amount. The America says that I work in a youth shelter, meaning between 15 to 21. And you know, we as workers know, now you fleeing domestic, all these abuse, blah blah blah. There's a whole lot of stories people come and tell us.
Okay.
And the resources I what we can do, we support. It's being a woman who is fleeing from a domestic abuse, there's a lot they can offer this woman. That idea of Ghana for your mental health is everything. That's one thing about Ghanaians. So one protect mental health. Who is going to protect the mental health for you? I'm sorry to say, you're going to be blind. At the end of the day, this man is living his life. What about you? A woman on that old Bible tree. But sorry to say, what and you're on the ball baby. We have to take out all this ideation of that they may buy into what if. Do you? What do I say? Yeah, so you protect yourself. Go out there, resources now, bro. There's so many things out there. Reach out, almost wow. I'm one on Yama. Press charges. You like press charges. I want to what he says, all press charges are on and on bed, on idea, on baby son, no question, no crime. It's a gradual process. You go through the court system and everything. And sana, go through and I say, be on person, which no much. But one press charges now for protection. You can have that protection. Court order. All the man. And today, Ghana for because it's about time I see a tear wants to say, and if I do bad roach now on your on toll, like, yes, on toll. Be you like manipulating once and one thing about our at the end of the day, so lose life. What is our to you? Your mental health is everything to you. Your surrounding, also making sure so we are safe around everybody, like you're safe. And just all feeling like what, but 3 years means you're still not new in the system. Go out there. My own peer one thing. Any women shelter they will take her in. Right from there, no sorry, Patron Meba, Patron Kafra. Hi, Mommy. Hey, 1 second, Patramela. Obetina no asem, right? Obetina no asem we are. Na fe no, enem wo bia omo therapy, omo counseling, almost so many. Who remove we are now what resources that these people offer for us women. They shouldn't let it say because of the mere Bible say into the chinchana will come into mental won't come there be umpia one thing. Umpia one thing.
I mean, insure for more. And sana me pacho more very Sister Reed and pacho me too kakra. Okay. All right. Obi Kenny as the message about or sibi or ha woman yeah abuse woman kra woman ma woman ho kwan se boa woman because yeah Ghana for our real who here too much say we would rather prefer say ye be who our real mama ya can say oh Mrs. who our real than say ye be walk out of our real mu akwa ko enti e bi mo ho a woman de omo pese e bu ma our real ni manase financially de be yi omu bia no wo wani tua wo approach no wono abeka kire wa obe ofa so obe boane so obe ka kire oh me domi kuno me domi yiro o de ma mentina ho sa wo so obe sesa ma vero akwaba
yo nana etia wo no tie phone so do asese wa mama kwanya we asem wo ya ye ka no enya asem ketwa na ne amepese mi ho ne se oba no bi fa be ma no wode ne ba ha no na Ghana nso no obo ne sa anase oba ha no na be ma no oba besua sa behavior no
ma vero me pa cho me ba o wa Ghana kra ne e bo ne e do ba America so be me abo wa me e do abo
yo die ema bi nso epe no no a me kunu oba won chese ni kunu bo no kra chese o kunu do no oba nti oba ya ade a okunu kura bebo no na chese okunu edo no na mesremo de ye kan eye enkwa ho adwuma na afidie we so me ba so no ye sua niema bebre ene erade adom sa TikTok, Facebook and YouTube nom and Instagram nom ni ade no eniema bebre koso ubetumi asua bi ade bi ato trim so obi de oba abrochira na nya na ko ano obi de oba abrochira yanka so mfa omra na omekun nya sa na obusuafo eka kire no enti se bi kra na edem bi na eba be mani trim na odu tututu na so gina wa wompe anu bibia ukrata wo de be ye adwuma sabe onni ho kwan wo de waba onni ho kwan se wo sisi ukrata me ma na obi ankasa me ma na obi ankasa emre bi yesua bibi em say ora keke o kan ade bi say at least betumi a trust nipa ba bi ama sabe ene ye ne Ghana fo ya ye hu domfu kunfo wo beboa wo beduru akire no na akoye nsem bebre ba wo de ma ne nye nsem bebre no omoa na mo pa ya wo nko ba bia na wo sifa queen na odu tutu okunkura no obusuafo ba de wo ma me no ba de no mo se wabo wo kun wo ma ebe ye den be ma do wa on treat you sada so what is kind e twa ne ho na se ye ne ya on fa ntwa enya wodo ena odido wo mesrew oba adwo a unkwa wabusuafo unkwa wo maame eda me kan no sa ayiya so se wokun utena ho mo de bro tu suba mo sa ma wu a ebi anu onu wote ase na wabesa kira na wanya nkwagye amana kra wonso no odi tu bi kra wonya ahoboa na wuda abone mu anya me nka se wukura bowa nti e de wewu a ye body na besen ko heaven massa mesrew free se nyima wa beti no wala ne so wala ne so free se na fa ho adwene ade bi wo ha ni kwan se otran mo obi kura ka kire wo ana wabo sa na ye ode wabo nu anim so no a na ye ode wo hwa hwehwe mu ana ye ofe na wo akwa hwo anim na so anim asesa no nti wo mpe ho adwene first ne de na wonim empanyimfo se ensuo to anadwo no we ante ena no ye wo de nti wo ehun se ensuo ato ade chen ye no a wo si fom no hun se fom wafo ensuo ato se first ne na wonim a enne mema yi nyinaa deɛ ɔmo kaeɛ bi yɛ bɛboa wo to ho anammɔn te sɛ abɔnten wɔkɔ so wɔbɛkɔ adwuma no ahapono no wɔto mu wɔ akyire a bɛtumi wohyɛ mu a bɛtumi abie bisi obi anaa wokɔgyina kwan ho a ɛnto sɛ mmɔbɛyɛ anɔpa na mmɔbɛyɛ 12 deɛ no ɔhu police car na wawa report ama wɔ mu ɛntena wama ne nku na sɛbe abrɔkyire ha nyɛ heaven abrɔkyire nyɛ heaven woyɛ adwuma nka abɛtumi aboa no woyɛ adwuma nka nneɛma a wɔkɔ mu nyinaa sɛ akɔyɛ ɔno nko nti ayɛ stress ama no enti wɔno wɔkɔ abɔnten ne sɛ wɔkɔ na stress a wo na ɔba a wɔde wote ne wɔto so nti wɔbɔ saa so a wɔwie a wɔtumi na ɔda hwɛ nneɛma bi yie mesrɛ wo me ba hwɛ nneɛma bi yie ne to ho anammɔn kakra a metumi aka no
Nyame enhyira wo paa meda ase ɛne Dr. G Love welcome Kodie mi ya na me ba wo so username with numbers enche me ba wo so mo wa etire nyina mo pese mo fro sro nyina enche me de mo beba ma vero me pa cho me drop wa fa obi mesa de waba Dr. G Love pa cho yenko.
Hi, good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
Yes, Metie Bibre and Mr. Kakram Pese Mekane said domestic violence is something that nobody should tolerate at all. No, because she Kasam into Sikanko worry the time for into say Obisha Odo Intina Mawari dear I was there Odo and Editina our and yet or tie any ayade say Uvetna say na obi any bonnet a bring na maybe Osina to so yeah example say wintering cassette divorce in Tino what's our money a bowl each year now what's your now after that woman and that's upon a catch or say oh Christian is in the warrior in Titnase and then a crowd into the only thing I'm present can say you can't domestic violence and so I'm saying I can't you know I said your man can't a boom but this meaning maybe on boom yeah
that's a dealer also maybe a mobile mama no
boom seriously okay. So domestic violence cuts across the one maybe a boom kunumpa which will be shut of the should be on team couldn't send that there
a platform yeah so maybe the kind except baby abonida and statistics and also so I kind also for kind yeah
you a 2 months now so the man now when you're born maybe a men say or can say when you're born now in part so because I know the man they in a high hill she na pampoma moja say 2 baby so nyamin kwa anka yantia sempa you know mina semti that where there is physical abuse don't stay in that marriage that's it
Dr. G Love and yeah okodie akwaba minia
yes so you mean ya pa nka makase wa cause me emotional abuse
Facha me oho ya die
me ho ye pa me de se me fie ni pa Dr. Tina ne atiefo nyina me chiamo doctor why are there pa we see bones in some mouth
oh yes
because yeah baby e de be fa bia no we de kan afa and we am feel the pa nana to surprise you and feel baby I'm a person me kasa efa honum kakra me will be break and I pray say obesa revisit sad way because a major problem in our society which enipa brain to me come out and you yeah my boy aboso nana enipa be break kasa adan otimu no ohun adan ti na wonti me ba abontin no me kasa adan ti na onkonko sremwa yes Nana, Dr. Kasano or Kansebi Mane the abuse can happen to anybody, literate or illiterate. Wow, we'll see what school address. It can happen to a doctor, it can happen to a nurse, it can happen to Ubia, even a psychologist, or everything happen to know.
Right.
And what happens is that sometimes you can be dealing with people being so more behavior, but to say narcissistic behavior. You can be dealing with people be say any chrono or the kind of way weakness not what you see that weakness against you. It's mentally will abuse you to the point to say you feel like without them you cannot function. It's say baby I will move, but you cannot move because your brain has been enslaved, your body has been numbed, and you might be brain because I'm what taking a to say a normal. It won't say a normal no matter the obi can say outside that situation you because it won't clean. Say I want to do this, I want to do that. But the moment I will enter into that situation, now we're a and the moment I say any panel structure or kakrebi I dream it to Mrs. Now, what dream you say? The patron I said, baby, we check a camera. Yeah, I said, meaning say, well, me,
Right. Okay,
yeah. Intino, a banesana, why dream morning in an only penny never can you be but nobody can help you except you. 18 Sanipan obey here constant reminder to tell them say they are somebody, they are loved, they are this, they are that, they are this. Said a baby and dream also. Do you know Senana? Obiko situation to say more where you rubber pass any doctor to send you wuti when said the ebushia for near trashiano. But say they are recurrent pussy one say no one.
maybe.
The situations are happening. Me come say impono. It's like uhu nipa na obi wonu kwa odidi krampa uhu nipa kwa na aduane agye ni nsem na to plate him.
Yeah.
Ubeye crazy to the point say nipa ni ho a oyam hyehye wo say obi ba wo yeden. Oba nso a ufi sa so obi te so. Nana se meka sa asem ya omo mbeba ho ma besu no. Ebedoso. It is a sister ni ti a de metimi aka che enya ne say enye ebia wontimi nkonkoye bibi obaade no wa hyemu ache. Ena wagye atum say yesa na situation ne tie. Ena wagye atum so obi antimi mu ano. Ena osuro de nipa beka enti na okomusa nti Sister Adwoa se wutie me a all that I'm telling you say you are somebody, you are loved. Your life is very important. You have future ahead of you. O niema bebre a ewo wanim esen de atwamu kono.
Right.
Forgive the person, forgive yourself, seek for help, professional help. Ebeboa na sa wo makra na you can save somebody and a bibi wo mu a obetimi di abo obi ama obi nso atimi free sa to be ani bi mu etimi pacho se wo se wa brabo a wa se nipa bebre ya brabo ohun hia ma ye nyina nti baby a wo hye bia no we are praying say obetimi aba out memo mentem to say the be ya en say okra it as
The pounds for gift no nyame ensure me patrol ene na nyame akasa ma kwabo.
Yeah, or draw. Mamma chump mama, when I want to say a name of or panelist. Me did say a dominanti obia honje. Dr. Tina, Miss Meditina, hi. I forgot to say. Abusia phone, Yamisha money mujuma pa moye pa. Na abuse dear. Emma bebre asafa, emma bebre so asafa. Ewo abuse mu. Wo de empempin kra wo behwe no. Yesi hwe no. Eda no si ni tie ne ya. Wate ahwe obedi ntro. Ebia be ma na bonu tie bode mu ama cause damage ewo etire ni mu. But wa mba obi amane enti obi anhye da nim ne a ekoso. Na ya mete say yesi ye de akwa asofo anim na asofo say enne sa modern world yi ye de awaresem kwa asofo anim. Odofo ono ne yire etini fio elder ne yire etini fio. Na wo na ye kan no. Wo ne hwan na ti dem ho. Wo ne sa wuku na wo abuse no. Right. Minim say Sister Adwoa a ye kan asem emofra wo mu. Mame Mami Achempoma, Mesro, would you who nipa no ntim the advice if I was so? Famano. Famano. Yeka one, Mesre Adolfo. Obia ubetimia coming to her aid. Because mommy and Kai say, near ye ma omo capture a mana drink na be mana drink ye onisika. Obe bia nso ni ho a onisika obe pese matu afifie makotena baby. Obe bia ni ho. Eye very difficult because the opie kokora na sabe okwa afichira. How is she going to cope with it? Where is she going to get a pad and a BB? Enti dia me pesa mekani. Enipa yeshie yi. Nams ayi mami Achempoma so na eso no. Mama yem hwe ekwanya ye befa so I educate no adirect no nkoto trouble mu because krom ha ne omu yenie. Be makro no watena krom ha cha wo behu ano wabo ni tuo. Na wabo ni tuo na no wabo ono nso ho. Ono dia wonim ne wa ye nti ne weku ne ho. But then oba no wawu nkwase ewuo. Enti sa watimi de nasem say dia ba me gidi say ya giant responsibility say ye tu ne fobi ne ye kire ne niema bi say ansore preko panye niema kikikiki anhwe ye begensem be ma no be ye wise things against her. Mama yenya very careful. Ye educating step by step. Ekwaye nam mu a obetutu ni nan e de afri sa situation ni mu. Se krata kra opi odi be ye adwuma no. Adwase edi be ma ne ho a onfa ma no. Nsese obesi den e na waye adwuma. Na Dr. Tina ana obi ekan bibi na mitie eye me de pa. O se police betimi edi nachi age ade no e de ama no. Police jiama no a na wo jiama ne se woni ni fifie ho me ekuya me ni be police ni be fifie ho. I don't care who I'm leaving behind. So police ni because Kai say police ni di na chi be fie ho pa. It's like you've reported me. That's why the police came here. Therefore be ready for it. Therefore be ready for it. Inti kwan bia ye betimi aboa no step by step na obetutu na nama mako na ne nan agina baby yie na ense timi aso bibi mu yie na fe oje hane a na obi nim baby mpa owo except maybe one or two people will be betimi a protect no media mafutu ano no enti adwoa ade a wodi abai obi nim ne o tie obi nim ne online yi so ye careful na mom ni ameka ne se hwese ne obehya ase aboaboa woni emebia no ene emebia ehia wo se ne abetoto no afa na afei e basa point ni a na wogi kridia na wodwane because I'm telling you se be matimi ajo krata wodi ye adwuma e wo krom ha opa wo se ye na wanhwe yi obekun inti run for your life medo.
Because another concern council or about Ghana for any or no one busia a crap also say or friend busians who are Ghana no the 2 men ma almost say and show the and kakran kakra.
Uwa abusiano wabusiana wudi omachina wutie womono wuwa oma no mbesa katros we de okwasia na ade udwan. They will tell you that. They will tell you that. And to run for your life. When you live and things become well for you and you prosper, you will still be able to take care of them. Even ya making crano, se wunya wuti didimna wujania, sanya busuafo ni yenti, never let them know where you are until you get a good standing for yourself.
That's it. Nyame akasa nyame insure opa for we futuo bra wuli akwaba hey boss lady Rachel and that dear say wama bebia ya de nyankopon insure for all the gifts bra wuli akwaba
ya ba me josu abusiafo metia mo nyina
ye josu pa
mete chiri din yati mo sema ni bebre na epeni sa asamba asem na bi ni twade ya dance
okay
yeka nti be ma na no eni eti mi kofra be ma na metra haze enkomo ayedi ubeti bi na yeti ono so na no asem nti me deɛ aware asɛm deɛ otu me ho fo sɛ deɛ yɛ maame no aka naa no so obetie a ɛbɛboa no na me deɛ ɔmo a mepɛ sɛ metu ɔmo fo yɛ ɔmo ɛpɛ sɛ ɔmo ware no
Okay.
ɛhwɛ mfe a wodi ɛhwɛ abusua mpeapea ɛna wonni wo na akɔware ɛna wonni wo na akɔware ɛhwɛ ma wei na fata wo wei deɛ tenten gram wo wei deɛ odi w'akyi a ne ɛho sɛ bɛrima na ɛba no ɛmfa saa nneɛma no ɛndi saa nneɛma no akyi ɛnkɔhyɛ aware a ɔdɔ nim daa no meka no wɔ ha sɛ ansa na wo ne obi bɛtena mo bɛware no kame mepɛ mu a ɔne nipa no ntena for 2 years na hwɛ nipa no suban hwɛ n'abusua mu suban ebi wɔ kora wɔ hɔ a na ɛnyɛ nipa no ankasa na ɛde n'abusuafoɔ no bi
Bra, will you
because
cast one in intina? No one in intina dying by come and answer and penetration anymore.
mpenatwe no mu no wo ne ne bɛtena na mmom so ɔne ne bɛtumi no atena faako a ɔfa aka wanhyɛ wo a ɛno nso bɛtumi aboa ma wahu nipa no suban na mmom ɛndidi nneɛma bi akyi nkɔhyɛ awareɛ mu ɛfiri sɛ obi wɔ hɔnom a nkrataasɛm ti na ɔdɔ wo obi wɔ hɔ a wahoɔfɛ ohunhu wie a ɔdɔ no ate ko ɛyɛ nneɛma bebree ebi kora wɔ hɔnom a ɔbabusua no ɛda wom ɔbo na wato ne bo ahyɛ dan mu yi ebi kora no wabɔ da bata ɔnworo no ho nti yɛnim so wahu nti me deɛ bɛtu mo fo mo a mobɛware no mo a mayɛ mo adwene sɛ mopɛ awareɛ no mohwehwɛ awareɛ no mu hwɛ sɛ ɔdɔ wɔ mu ansa na obi dɔ wɔ mo obi dɔ wɔ wo nto wopuru mu nhyɛ dɛm mohwehwɛ saa nneɛma no ansa na wode ti akɔhyɛ awareɛ mu ɛnyɛ saa na sɛ ɛba na sɛ ɛbɛtɔ ha a medeɛ mene bi ka because menkɔtie bi ama no ano asɛm menim dɛ nti a wɔto wo dan mu sɛ wabɔ da mu sɛ wo so no wayɛ ne biribi o menim nti kakra a me so mɛtumi aka no no meda mo ase
Me da se, bra, willing, me da se, epa. Okay, any Ohima Victoria. Hey, sis, Nyamin Shrow, Nyami me who said just say, gift and I will gift no. Nyamin Shrow, when me panelists no cramp, mu making sure some more follow more me pamacho, any dear mupa. Aquaba.
Na na ekua nyame hyira wɔn sɛ busuafo me pamokyɛ wɔn ho sesɛe.
Nyami adom, ye nyina ye ho ye.
Yɛda Kristo ase. Sister n'asɛm no, ɛyɛ awerɛho paa na deɛ nti a mepɛɛ sɛ meba so no, mewɔ saa experience ne bi.
Me da se.
Mewaree for 20 years. Na me kunu yɛ narcissist. Na ɔyɛ covered narcissist. Ɛna ɔyɛ elder nso wɔ asɔre.
Asem na no.
Me deɛ no na yɛ emotional abuse. Ɛnyɛ physical.
Okay.
Ɔyɛ adeɛ a mempɛ na meka otumi ne meyɛ aka bɛyɛ 3 months a ɔnkasa me ho. Sɛ ahɔhoɔ ba yɛ ntɛm anaasɛ yɛkɔ nnipa mu a ɔde ne nsa bɛba abɛto me kɔn mu akisi me. Yɛfiri nnipa no mu anaasɛ sɛ nnipa no ɔmo baa yɛ fie a ɔmo kɔɔ a na wasa akɔ back. Enti no ɛyɛ adeɛ ɛkɔɔ so a me ne no waree for 20 years. Na sɛ ɛyɛ a ne du baabi na meyɛ m'adwene sɛ sɛnea wɔyɛ nti memmɛn no a na wayɛ ne ho te sɛ deɛ wasesa no. Na me m'adwene asesa. Te sɛ deɛ na nyame kasaeɛ ka no. Na m'adwene asesa sɛ ebi a wɔwɔ sesa. Nti mebɛn no. Mebɛn no a na wasa akɔ back. Opia abɔnten a wɔnkura, opia abɔnten na wɔfrɛ no a na ne bu afu. Na wɔteatea wo. Ɔno aduane si hɔ a wɔsemi nni. Otumi ka kyerɛ me sɛ woka me ho asɛm kyerɛ obi a wɔnyɛ ni. Obi a nye ne sɛ saa na meteɛ. Because opia abɔnten a na ɔde mask no akasa n'anim. Obɛfie a na wahyɛ. Enti obi a ɔwɔ abɔnten biara nim sɛ me kunu deɛ wɔyɛ nipa papa a wɔyɛ very gentle. Saa especially mmaa. Metena ho for 20 years. Ama at the end of the day no mebenya brain aneurysm. Na doctor ka kyerɛ me sɛ menya brain aneurysm na afei kora na ɔgɛte worse. Mekɔyɛ brain surgery ɛnyɛ nyame a ɛnka mewuiɛ. Meyɛɛ surgery no. Mpa a meda so koraa wantumi a mahu mpa a mebisa me sɛ ebi a wo ho te sɛe. Ɛda na yɛyɛ me fie hospital na mebɛduru fie no da na wɔsesa a blanket ɛne comforters ɛne otwigya me wɔ dɛm. Ɛna ɔsan so ne meyɛ aka. Opia at 2 a.m. na afei no ɔba. Just imagine so obi a wayɛ brain surgery. Na wokunu ntumi misa wo sɛ wo ho te sɛe kwatie na ɔne wayɛ aka na watu agya wɔ dɛm. The 2 weeks time a meyanka obe fie a yɛtena ase a yɛka ho asɛm a me spit it out the wode ye me bia because na menka na ne nyina hye me mu na ɛwe me because we ya was ya we no me mpɛ mu ampa ne tu enti no me yes schedule me be fi exactly 2 weeks and was sa ne nyema na otu kɔ yi ogya me hɔ besi ne wɔ kɔ ye almost 2 years ni besi ne me ne makro ni baabi a wɔte obi ani baabi a wɔte ɛna wɔkɔ enti ne sɛ nyame ɛna wɔnam adom ne mu bro ho so ɛna mekɔyɛ brain surgery ne sɛ mewogyaa me ma aka hwan na bɛhwɛ me ma anaasɛ sɛ nka menni ma mpo na sɛ nka mewoo yɛ a ɛnka mawu kwa awareɛ nti enti no me nua abaa no deɛ mɛsrɛ no ne sɛ wɔwɔ ma a wɔnwene ne ma no ho onni ma nso so a wɔnhyɛ wɔn ankasa ne nkwa because ewiase nnipa wɔnwuyɛ a wonim deɛ wobɛnya na state korɔ no a wɔwɔ so no wɔnhwehwɛ social services yɛ a ɛwɔ hɔ sɛ nante yɛ kɔ a obetumi anante akɔ a wɔnante nkɔ ontumi nante nkɔ a Ghanafoɔ wɔ hɔ a wɔmmisa obi sika mesrɛ wo a mepɛ sɛ mekɔ social services building mu anaa mepɛ sɛ mekɔ ha na mesrɛ wobɛtumi ama me $5 ɔmfa baase nkɔ hɔ sɛ wɔtumi kɔ social services office wɔ na ɔkɔka n'asɛm kyerɛ wɔn mo a ɔmo bɛma ne baabi ama no akɔtena ɔwɔ mo a ɔmo bɛma no baabi ama ɔne ne mma no nyinaa akɔ akɔtena sɛ ɔsɛ ɔmo bɛgye ne pepa no afiri bɛrima ne nsɛm ama no ɛnyɛ saa ne sɛ wɔtena hɔnom ne sɛ wɔwu a wɔwu kwa sɛdeɛ na obi ka sɛ mmaa no bi nso ɛbo mmarima no ɛyɛ nokorɛ sɛ no nso wɔ hɔ because ewiase mmaa bi yɛ nipa bɔne mmarima bi nso yɛ nipa bɔne but adeɛ a ɛyɛ ne sɛ wo ne bɛrima te na wɔyɛ wadeɛ na wontumi nkasa na wofrɛ abusua a abusuafoɔ nso nsɔpɔɔte wɔ na wɔbɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ tena ho tena ho tena ho tena ho da biara a na meka me se afotuo bi a yɛ kurom yɛware a yɛde ma mmaa titiriw yɛ a na ɛmmoa yɛn wokɔware a ne yɛaka kyerɛ wo sɛ wo ne wo kunu nya asɛm a ɛmfa mpie abɔnten
meda ase wɔ hɔ
ɛnka nkyerɛ wɔ biara fa hyɛ wo tirim enti no mmaa bebree de nneɛma hyɛ yɛ tirim ama aha yɛ adwene ebi mu anya mental problems ebi mu awuwu ɛyɛ nneɛma bebree na ɛkɔ so enti it's about time a yɛyi saa adeɛ no firi hɔ menkasa wo ne wo kunu nya asɛm a kɔka kyerɛ w'adamfo na mmom pɛ obi a wofiri sɛ wo kunu ani duru n'anim anaasɛ wo kunu bu no meme deɛ yɛ a mene ne tie deɛ ɔno no na wɔ mu obiara na asɔfoɔ bebree kaeɛ but woka a wɔbɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ wate wɔbɛsesa but at the end of the day deɛ ɔbɛyɛ ana ɔbɛyɛ enti no wopɛ obi a wofiri sɛ wo kunu ani duru w'anim na wode ato n'anim na wɔ ne bɛrima no abɛkasa sɛ wɔn ne kasa na sɛ ɛyɛ pardon na sɛ yɛ ade a ɛrekɔ so a me nua baa pɛ baabi dwa ne fa pɛ baabi na dwa ne fa because sɛ wotenatena ho na wuwu a bɛrima no yɛ 3 months korɔ ɔbɛfa ɔbaa foforɔ wo ne ti mpo na ɛda yi na wawu na sɛ wuwu nso a hwan na bɛhwɛ wo ma nti me nua baa no wɔnhwɛ ne yie meme wɔ Virginia sɛ ɔwɔ Virginia ha a ɔmfolo me no ɔnhwehwɛ me mɛboa no
atwa meda ase ɛyɛ a follow me nso why
mate I think sɛ me follow kwa this like
okay yo me no bekasa back door meda ase pa
mate nti no nyame mmoa yɛ pii mepa mo kyɛw ma no esi meda mo ase
yɛda ase amanfo bebree atwerɛ sɛ woyɛ very strong and brave yɛda ase ɛpaa sɛ watumi ɛyɛ a na nneɛma sei no ɛnyɛ easy koraa sɛ wobɛtumi a open up ne abaaba but wonya akokoduro ne abaaba bɛhyɛ mpaebɔ sɛ nyame ankasa ɔnkurakura ɔma wo ahoɔden ɛne nkwatenten a wobɛtumi de ahwɛ wo ne wo ma nyame ɛnhyira wo bebree meda ase
amen nyame nhyira yɛ nyinaa meda mo ase
amen all right boss lady sister Rachel Akwaba
meda ase meda mo nyinaa ase mama Akwaba nso
ɛdwo so
yo mpere pii no ɛyɛ yɛtie abusua too much Emma sometimes it and them. Me one of the victims. Edu on my ebusua decide my instead of say you be decide my own.
yeah
I was say you share your kuma ni ya dream. Then sometimes it makes us in decide my own ye firm in our decision making. Me and ma ubia make decision my sometimes yɛma abusuafo dictate ma yɛn a ɛde yɛn kɔ ɔsɛ yie mu because umma yɛmfa no sɛ woaware na wokɔ saa situation no mu abusua bɛka kyerɛ oh yɛyɛ fie deɛ yɛngya aware oh yɛyɛ fie deɛ anaasɛ bi a aware gyaeɛ no akɔ so wɔ abusua no mu yɛmpɛ sɛ ɛbɛtoa so ɛbɛyɛ sɛ abusua no ade a moyɛ a no nti wo deɛ nyɛ hwee tena mu saa tena mu saa ɛbɛyɛ yie na 1 year 5 years 7 years wobɛhu a na wote mu with pain na w'ani ngye no wei nyinaa na ɛgada yareɛ no de ma wo wobɛhu a one day na tim nwuyɛ nso a na wobrɛ ne yareɛ ne ɔhaw ne amanehunu enti no deɛ mewɔ ka ne sɛ yɛntumi make decision ma yɛn ho me and my family dictate ma yɛ because sɛ wokɔyɛ yie a abusua no nso na ɛbɛka sɛ wei nka woamfiri mu a nka aboa bi akye woawe hwɛ sɛ wo fim no woayɛ fɛ woayɛ kama ɔmo a o woamfiri mu nso na wowu a wo mma na ɛbɛyɛ basaa na sometimes woawu nkwaseɛ wuo nti sometimes no yɛn decide ma yɛn ho because nyɛ nsɛm nyinaa na yɛka
the boss lady boss lady nyame enhyira wo pa okọ de sabra mi wi ana great apostle akwaba me patro me mama ba no say bia bibi nso tire obi adwene so na wo hia se Dr. Tina be cheche mu nso ano wabuso okọ de yenko
sis we dey make a baby quick wa hanom say ding, but let me just say it on say Dr. Kasano wakansem bebre na nana mpempi nima bi say sisi a mistake I am ma bebre ya which I've learned my lesson here right on this app. Yeah. And now dear me reach out to you back door. And they say Ebanisana, we don't go to the professional people, we don't go to the right source. And I didn't show you more channel. You didn't come over baby bebre. I thought of you hold to meet you to distance because nipa with your meme. Michiano or TikTok unti. Let me net in common idea. Yeah. And Lana, you know me from Tititis. And Rachel also know me. I said him I did this mistake right on this app here. What by some befa than for change or how meaning said. Any panonini baby, a meaning the baby. Emma, yin yet the abra bomoni a worry mu and fato home. 8 to 2 year home. Me no ka say Nana, me the social media me kasada or lucky in some anyway, because you know I'm a very private person. Yeah. And come me ni panic di any nano. If you be here, I'm going to say I have something against you. We am the baby out. We am the baby out. We am the baby out. It's all that I'm saying. What I'm saying is say, Nana, I know say you are a very good person. Quite, I know you. And you said me can't send because I'm saying Nana, you know me and I know you. Abusia for Mr. So what problem it is go to the professional people. Go to Nipa Omoye wise. Go to the people that understand your situation. And ni fanko ya fikubon komo di said ye no. And ni ubi nkodi tomorrow off. Send ye no. I nemi din de the dabontia. But only those that truly knows me. And on behu no cry I was in me. It is me patch. Oh. Yenye very careful. Obi owa eba ni say anana ayene ntanta. Say or access to TikToker. Baby obekwa kodru ayeka asem bia fa wari ho bia no ahope wo ho. Akoka ne de kakra wo ho. You don't know busuani awo ha o. Woni nipa ono wo ade no wo de hu sie o. But o keka ne sope nkete no. Obi ho no so nipa nko abuse ko bia na wo tie bi. No wo fa na ho adwene. It again I'm begging you guys. And any panty me de me ho to private. I started a beautiful thing just like you were doing. But and I'm not for payment crowd the menu to or more platform so any idea just to show say the power in any kind of one seminar. You understand? It's me patcho, me made less way, me life less way at the mammo. Say man now go to the professional person. Yes, now find your people to vent at the right place. Medasi.
Medase
Messi
pa
from
media yo ene
Mary
dan
Child. Yeah.
okay medase dan K10 akwaba
Yeah.
acho ho ye de
Nyame adom na mo so ɛ.
yankopon adom ye ho ye pa
De nyame ase. Pese
pacho
bin ber mo na.
ai bibi eden na owo ka efutuo be na wo de tu ye sister yi anase ye nuama na ye nuama ma no mo nso e bia wo mo go through similar situation. Nana kusi ye be hia wo ye be pon a ye be hia so be ba great apostle wo ba ye so asa drop pe pacho ye nko.
Yo, me da wase. Ene akwenya odi ama na me chia watifo nso ne wahwefo nyina. Na yen sister ba ko kasa se ebeya nka ma yentie ye na wofo nom se kwa aware ni ade a. Kwan bi so hwan so a meka se ne na twere konkron no so ye die enim no so na edi ehwamo. Because in na kwa aware I say the Bible no so di wuna ni wageni. Na afi ede na maame ene papa nso kan obeka se wuntie na ado nko na wokọ. No je beka se wan fa bu a ma wawofo nti eho no nso no okwa papa enhyira maame enhyira na bibi kosi a say wantie wona asem ntina no nkoda no ensem bibiri ena afi se kakra mi hu nso se aware ankasa na ya ayekọ no ebinom di omuti kohyehye ne me bi ase nyeni nyina ebinom because of bia na onya aware nti na odniti akohye bibi ase ana maka akoye covenant ne aka chiom se muntimi jai okoja bibi se ebesi nti no ebasa na ba kun ba kokra otene ho enyi wote ho a wonte ase so nti nyema bebre ne ya na ekomu ena obi won so a aware bia okomu oya woni atiti bia obi de ye ni nti no nyame ye na dum no ofrim no okoba bia instead of obesua bibia afrim no wa careful no so kwa retaliate o de kwa okoventin wo obi so ensem niman de ya na bibia ebesi bia no ejina de nipa na famu bi o de na yare keke na ebi adwen mu yare bi na ha no de yesa na nkenye sa de a obi a wati sika ware na ase wa kache nsa jiso wu ni de untimi wotene wonsa wono so obama e kan asem bi dribble say oba be ma wotene wonsa one time cry won so is too many.
Yes.
So it's very wrong to do that. Now so na make an bu na adwen mu yare ye krom so Ghana ho no se obi enye entese ha itimi hwehwe obi adwene mu se bia bibi na ye no ase ya o akodo yare munya na oboda munya na saa nti okum nipa kra saa ba mejiri sa abrochire ha de saa ne ma no wona me ma na nkasa no ye mpe events check-ups kra ko ye nko ye hwe ho nti yare bi hyehyɛ ye ho a ye hunu je sa boy ato ho bekunye enti utie yan sister yinsem bebre na otum se ofa oya om na se de adikanfo na dikan aka no the best thing is obesiki professional help. I mean say be man na de ne bae ena binum so ye omo a sabi memma ne kofo mo ba na man kofo mo ba no mo so abe twantro ato mo so na police abe fo mo ko eno so ya na hadwen na se we genuine pa dia I mean nyamina ni company kunu ne bone se bia bibi ntie ba fa china kotuma na bibi but ono so ne nkwa ho hia
that's it
tin on fan koye nkomodie ni ade a onko so de ami social workers bi wa ha omo keken so tia on fasa kwan na so no mbo no ne kwa ho ban because be man se bibi esin ti se de ne mi say ni pe kunkum nkrofo anything can happen
right
nti man fan hye ne ho na me do no mi kunu unless bi a se de me kan first no mo kutie covenant bi a no kra no bompa ya bi anyam betimi atitim
we free mu obi me da say me patcho ene wa ye be me tu ye nua me no mu before me mama ne nso etu ye sisters ne nso fo se ne be ya se be me bi bo ne yere anaasɛ wɔ abuse ne yere ɛwɔ in any form a mepatro efutuo bɛɛ na ade ma yɛn nua no mɛɛma ne nso na ayɛ papa no ma na ayɛ kunu no
ne nyinaa na sɛbi o maka no ɛne sɛ ansa na wobɛhu obi sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔne ne ware no na ɔsɛ w'adwene mu no wonyini wɔ w'adwene mu because sɛdeɛ ɛsi tetee wo no nyɛ saa na ɛtetee ɔbaa no nti no mpɛn pii no so yɛ na mmarima no yɛtaa ware wɔn so a yɛkyɛn wɔ mu mmarima no nyi kyɛn mbaa no nti ɛdɛn a level of thinking no ebia na ɛnyɛ pɛ yɛnya botrɛ ma mmaa no wɔn yɛ weaker vessel ebia no ɔden deɛ nanso yɛka sɛ yɛdi ɔma no akyi a anhwɛ a deɛ ɛbɛyɛ ɔmo no ɛbɛyɛ nti yɛnya botrɛ wɔn ne te hɔ na sɛ ntɔkwa bi ba a wode pii abɔnten kɔdwodwo wakoma na san bra na mmaa no nso no sɛbi ɔmo nka ɔma no ntim ɔmo nso so ɛmoma no nyɛ den
medase nyame nhyira wo paa for wafutuo ɛne na friends I don't know sɛ saa na yɛbɔ wudin na akɔ aba me nua ɔho yɛ deɛ
Nyame adom ɛyɛ from poma na metwa ne short
mobɛku yɛ yo from poma akɔ aba
yɛnua mebaa na mahyɛ aseɛ but mebɛtii bi deɛ memɛka ne sɛ okay sɛ yɛtu kwan ba America wɔ ho nneɔma bi no ma yɛnsua te sɛ me therapy ne saa nneɔma no menim sɛ dodoɔ na nsiki saa help no woyɛ adwuma yama mo insurance wate asɛ mepa mo kyɛw sɛ wo insurance ne therapy bi no ma ɛkɔba moma yɛnhwehwɛ therapy no akyi akwan na te sɛ na lady baako ne ka no instead sɛ wode w'asɛm bɛba abɛto social media no because social media bɛtie dodoɔ na bɛkɔ akɔdi ho nkɔnkɔnsa ntimi mboa wo wate aseɛ ɛna I think sɛ yɛ culture no nso no ma yɛ place awareɛ as such a high way no nti no sɛ ama bebree wura awareɛ mu because of pressure ne desperation ne nneɔma bebree nti no obi ɔnom koraa no a ofiri sɛ aware no obenya mmoa afiri mu the reason a bebree di kɔ mu no koraa ɛnyɛ really genuine love ayɛ sɛ culture no ama asɛ woduru age bi a wɔ sɛ by force wɔ sɛ wonya saa adeɛ no nti no I think sɛ deɛ mɛka ne sɛ wotim na anigye nim na sɛ bia nipa de ne nsa ka ne ayi a wodwene deɛ nipa bɛka ho too much nso a especially mma you are not helping the kids wo stay a nkwa no so timi ho sɛ bia sei na ɛkɔ so wɔ efie ɛnyɛ healthy man nkwa no ti decision bi wɔ no ma the same way a wobɛdwene so nkwa no ti metena no dwene ho sɛ nkwa no ti wofiri mu nso ɛbɛboa wo ɛne nkwa no nti no moma yɛnsusu di culture n'akyi too much na yɛndwene yɛnso a yɛapɔmuden ne nneɔma bebree okay deɛ ne yɛbɛtumi ayɛ a ɛbɛboa yɛn because wodi culture akyi a wobɛtena mu a ɛmfavor wo ɛna ɛnyɛ biribiara nso na wobɛtumi ayɛ fa mpaebɔ that is the reason why therapist no mo hɔ mesrɛ mu a mobɔ mpaeɛ no nso na mokɔ therapy na mudi nkɔmmɔ because me wobɛka w'asɛm kyerɛ me a ebi a mentumi advice a mede bɛma ebi ɛmboa wo but therapist no bɛtumi ama wo advice a ɛbɛboa wo nti moma yɛnyɛ careful how a yɛdi nkɔmmɔ wɔ abɔnten ɛne ɔmo ayɛfrɛ ɔmo madamfo meka madamfo no ɔnyɛ specialize mesrɛ mu a nti deɛ mewɔ kaa no no
medase frɛ mpɔm a yɛdase paa for wafutuo nyame nhyira wo Mama J akɔ aba wo ho yɛ deɛ
onyame adom paa me ho yɛ na mo nso
yɛn nyinaa yɛ ho yɛ paa
Chicha mu nyinaa mabɛta ase wo matie kakra
yɛgye wo so paa
adwuma mo ɛyɛ
medase
me apostle.
Okay.
This is my second account.
Okay.
I am a survivor, but I would not like to talk about myself because of the figure that I hold. Okay. But me was states happy. Say
opese when me kasa, you can DM me na.
Okay.
Ya chere yenua ba no se emoa wa ha. Emoa eyeden ewa ha. Ontie dia Dr. Tina eden eka no. Na dia nkofo aka nyina no. Na se nyame etiase a ono so obefiri mu afi. Ano ho ento echim biara. Obia ne de ne kwan a efa den esi. Anti onti omo munim adwumanim no. Sana me ne den meka but so person what me story I can tell you backdoor or I can speak to her. Na we hu ekwan so a me no nyame fa so yi me free mu. Say am man tatis ne nyina ne ade ne nyina. It's very true. Immediate crap do otuo kra won ho. Otuo wo fie ho. De she ne suni ase nyina. Ti nyame agyen but ye de nyansa ene ye de yeden eto ho. Wo mane hu se BBC unya obeye. Aye kwan ho entumi nkasa bebre. Okay, the person is also
can be kakra actually.
Yeah, me person me kasa fa me se wontie aye mafutuo no. And secondly no so no me ka sofo on the side no. Me your sofo. But a long time ago, before cry me nyasa problem with cry no, I do advise obi biara obeba me ho say bibi say yesi. Me frɛ ebia the next person am ne kasa no wenti a me ma de obebo mama ne edi kan no ma ne kɔbɔ abusuafo amane. Ɔbɔ abusuafo amane. Okasi bia wabɔ abusuafo na ɔmɔ abusuafo amane me so kɔbɔ abusuafo amane. Ofi won ma babebo mama ne na ne yɛnhwɛ se okana se busuafo ekokan ye no nipa na nti ana se bi on respect busuafo no because ne kakra owo no oma busuafo bi di and all these things are be two onipa kono for send your buy obema e say ade we amwa free mu fi. Run for your dear life. Run for your dear life. Enti no e no asofo no momo nji sa adsam no emfa momo. I am also a osofo te se wo mo a Mama jisa jumani enye den emfa emma omo. Enye do some pempenso na these were two people that love themselves. Omba mwenim omo yin omo dom ho ebe ware ye I love you I this I make omo fa asen ade nyina da. Nti de na koba ye man be say den esiye. Aso for must have a ye friend same discernment ehun say ehun mu anasa nya huhun. Huhun ma wabɔ mpa ye abo omo de ebe clear but we women na sa anya dwuma ma wo mu ya den let it apart. The Bible said or say what I put together let no man put it asunder. Na no just say nyame want to be input to den asunder. Ye nyina ye nyankopon emma. And we need to acknowledge each and every person, to love each and every one. But say kwanya say obaako de na be your tanya. Onyame ye den emma kwan mem den emu ye den etumi ye den ete. Mama yen for so matters. We dey kwatena ho sa oya sorry penny and I said then I sorry for beka then I wait for beka. Forget about that. Who are sorry for the baba town ma atonyom nso wo kɔ no mo da ho ye de no omo edi de. Osofo na wo kɔ na mane no kwa no. Ebi kwa na sa sofo no so no so one ne yire kwapo de odumodi di ne yire wo fie na so ba no so pon dumodi di ne kru wo fie. So we don't have to trust anybody. All of us we are trusting in God. And they could do pempen so be a yifri mu say maso beka se bia membu no anase de kind of man team na kwatra ma be brewu in that manner anase bia mema be brewu so na be beside dem ato mo. Don't do that. Me wo ba me I call a spade and you say me you are good for I am not that, but I've gone through this thing twice and nyame aka be mentiase. So I will use mine, and I'm inferring some comedian so actually I will use mine as a distance to you. Think about it. I have told you. Because I told you. There are many people, you have got children, you have got family, you have got the world that is looking at you. Yes. That you are there for to manifest what for them. And your daughter be your sa. Sadia obe free one obe man dada onya oyere sa na obe man so no ja oyo oye so no fro so so benya bi mi abu mi so. Ahon me di hon so besi ho. Amen. Apostle. Ahon so be ho besi ho na fe yenkwa busuafo no so. Ebusua na yomo ka che masum se wo kwen no sei ne bibi anya atena se special wo akwentu omunim se obenye bibi dia abrɛ wo munti no wo dia atena ho anya hwe me say ebusua de ewu na omo pe o obi aye ready say wo de ewu na onya nsawa because na mfo beba omo nya nsawa eden age so they don't think about your life. We respect you omo no mujide mu agi aware ne ade me you honor them in all those kind of things but say see anu no akoche me hu amane ade ayi wo famu wo na nim de ade eto obe otwo asoma na so yosia onkobo sister bi onkobo brother bibi onkobo wayi bi. Don't do a yet than that. Catch some for nice one. Say it's between me and what my God. Do me be important say about could be cancer siano. Be silent on a bush for some time. What can be say chomna so man new ya? Be silent. Let them not even know baby one that's the same. And I don't tell them anything again. And they might say oh bibi aye so be can I baby for. They might say bibi aye. Say be man abo mama so who on that is not your problem. Oh baby you are okay.
Yes.
Catch yourself out. Natural baby nenya nkwa. Unya ahodi ama me ba ko kan ye. Wo mu kura na de wo di ebeboa wo mo. Ene wo firi mu sesi a. Wo nua kura age wo ba kura so hwe no. How many yi na bedi? But when kola no max na de na o mo nam ho. So we should all look after what ourselves. This abuse is going on so much in different forms, in different ways. Mimi di ane say mama me nya asori biem na emma enya asori. The same man that met me and says nyame adwuma na me ene de no asoro hum nam John me preach na me enu kwa na de afa de oso akohwe TV bi say emma em preach emma share trouser awoyi me share trouser na ya asem you don't respect me and then I say mama obi ane ne eye den a story nyame adom nyame yi me afrim. I don't want to say a year much, but to say me channel near maybe a resource and that say they are there. They are waiting for people to help them. They are waiting for people to help them. And never me talk. They are still never ever me form. This resources go if you want or give it to somebody who will need it. So they are there, but I can't say me who stand in situations so and said yeah. Ghana for me once na anasa kwese onu so ni bia na ade na akwabe se me de ba na me oni pa ba ko bi na bibi ni a te se me nya mwa me so de me nya adwuma kwa poso da na me want to see no kwa posto na ye den e wo abamu ani ade wonu nyame adom wo bi hwe na ade na wo ayifo no wo potipoti no o me chiama no me potipoti de me confuse e ko fa me ma twice so me de no kwa twice me jimi yourself me catch up me jimi ye me sanso ko biem o ko patch up me sanso ko biem me jimi ye and the abuse and present to for the catch him say no be more ye yi sa no ti obesa dada wa no wasan ko. I have an order of protection for me now and me man nka say emu ani wo emu aye dan e wo ho and won tie dia mo ka no na ontu one amount we all of us we love her. Me, my catch, I want even to be an advocate for my African community. Because me people say me bring everybody the fear and say hey and my baby one of me no what me no cover me bad there but one of me no and all these kind of things. Me new juma up to now but they be me didi. There are many resources. There are many resources. My man in town cry and money she's so precious. Ejimi patcho me di ebesi anom.
Mama J, nyame enshira wo pan for one so we futu a wo de amaye nyame enshira wo pan medamase. Mo baso sa na mo ne share mo story ne mo experience a little better. Just say eya na muye ni nyina nyame enshira wo pan medase. Ye ni na na kusi akwaba. Globe. Nana pusi alande.
Me best yo. Me best yo.
Me chia munyinara. Akwa mo shia.
Akwa.
Ye fia ahemafo. Me chia mo fia ahemfo. Me chia mo ye mani offer asefo nyina ye chia mo.
Amen.
Asofofo nso amoba ha nyina so ye chia mo nyina.
Amen.
Matase wa che off and on.
Oh, kafra.
Some say maybe I'm not service no entino fin menya right place to park. Start here we can be double tap kakra fine.
Nana my fans are old dear. Nana, come on, there.
Me da obi ase. Me da obi ase.
Nana
so mama mfa akwanya we so na me send me condolence to Dr. Tina. Dr. Tina, sanka akwanya wo hopa nka mo special tribute for you. But me pesa be say program no so nti. Emerepemu no. I will shoot you a special tribute. In Dallas, I've come there so many times and done programs over there. Maybe Houston. I bear MCs, various funerals, engagements and stuff. Dallas, Spain. And I made do the Bible support to a big time. I have a special tribute for you. Why? I am gifted for that. And someone about said emotional abuse, right? And said and me buying and better said Major is a sister so the national but to be said Nikuraje Nenkrata.
No bono.
And no bono. Someone who can be your baby, Mamma and young crowd. Maybe I can grab the Timothy. So yeah, boy Kramaya. Krama kawa wonwene ho ba wo kakramaya no wo kam de o ka o no dwane sabi edru mebi a obi bo no de nyoma bi a eyewo tetewa they don't feel it. They think say normal until you start doing them the same thing no and a hu say hey I need to wake up. Mama do maybe and maybe a nya botre mama no be I always say this if you see when you okwa asamado da achi na okwa se nyankopon ka che say heaven na wo no na wani ama wo so a because me ka kire wo Bible me say me hira makwa asase e wo ne atoko wo so a aha na wo ne atoko na wo yene dey wo de abaye ma bro David mfanye ma bro yesofo kasa ye kasa pa asofo ba no
yes.
Oya ade. Na me sha ase afiri say asofofo nso ya na mo ha wo mu dodo. Asami si wo mi kura mi wo. Na si wadanfo. Me true story na meka. Kwa wale se bebrebe abaye nim. Wadanfo bi na yire da bia ntokwa na ofre me na me buafu oba no na me so se nua ba bia nyina duru yempa kaka yo. Se wo tie kaka sa da bia na complain wa sum jajajajaja. Esa na me tikura ya me ya. Enti no media edu me hwe na sade na mo wa na ntempa mu yinu madwene mo no matwa so enen tokwa wa kira sei nen tokwa kira sei de tia me ka sei anam ha so foforo ndodo no madam fu yire bu fu no tu ka so okoso fu akoposo fu amane na boy madam fu tu ka no mi nyina eko mission house omdru mission house no na so fo yire tia bontre esu so mi no kro makwa me apam so fo yire amana betena bontre I more friend me, and I'm so John. Now we are then. It's 2 years. Was only I mean, who I'm so yet. There one in the fire, you coffee and I'm trans in a fact when you see when you knew none and Cadia how. Not here, Nabutini, listen to her. And remember your mamma and Kayasem, woman come myself, me irritated. Some medical fast and bar or shots every 14 years ago. O stati ya Miss Mami Mami nkoda me so na me sorry am ba betie di aka. So ba so beti ya sha se free be 2 months ago dia. Mama ba cho me tu mu my why. Aha, that's it. Menya so atie wo. Se me wo mna ka betie wo dodo. But time enti it was 14 years ago, the Okan 8 years ago. 8 years ago, the Azukan 6 years ago. 6 years ago, the Azukan 4 years ago. 4 years ago, Azukan 6 months ago. To them, social 6 months ago. No man, but Tramanaka, or can we am worry? The easiest way to silence a woman, so ya Bema Wahana Wutinia. Let her pour out her heart. The honey piano man in Canchero. Where we are Kurano. Was the Saka Biumka? No, Sasha, see, was the new Yana Sakai? Would you manning Casa, Coppips or no other castle where we or Cassandra now from Waba? The office say, ya, M1, no, as a self free home. The office say, the orders, ya, Annie, now swag out there. let's be more listeners than talking.
Okay.
Me ko app so na se room so se me kasa o ye me de me nkasa na me YouTube na me te ho ba be ko app bi so se de ha sei enipa kukudam ahomfefo anyansafo animdifo gentle people, good integrity. Ati so obi a mute no ho a wo tie ko ba bi hwe obi ye so kasa oh mi twa no me de ba kakra kan wo so twa no wo so twa no no be abouram. Let's be more listeners than talking. Because you tina butre tia semono ofa bapa efri asemu enti mema mesremo se ne yire no mo ho ye ma yire no mpo omu out their heart. Emotional abuse is killing them in the house. We your boss na okunu kaso ne wo nkoma minua ba nya so na usutie no me pa chawo mono so nka de ha no nkyira wo. Because ye nam nyina no me nam se magina program asia ye so many programs so nim se wiase ye kurakura mu kwa bibia betimi asi within a twinkle of an eye. Etidi entina o say lovers ye hold grudge na oba woni be mate na be ma o buru no na waje ne krata ato dem menu aba se wutie a de empanyimfo aka te nyina no fa enfo nto wadwenim so o de to wadwenim a obekwa akoda wuru ebefi fa bo okotodwem na fanante entina wo ma be ma bi nku hwe ena no em se asemu esi wo Virginia na asemu ya me be kan so no awofo amu ha no matitiru mu amu Ghana no munye very careful mu piepia mo manama abogafo wrong people a wo madwene nye
nda se wo ho
be mani fra bro chire ba ya wo se be mani ya boga o fra bro chire ba o free Holland aba o free Germany aba Dubai no free ba dia abeka se Dubai dia wo mpe ba bia Dubai ni na nka papa Bema wote nchen next door neighbor carpenter ni na wote wona wobu ade no obetimi afọ oba na yediye no carpenter ni no wo mpe no ope boga abrochire ni ana branch bi free Virginia it is a Virginia na so one Ohio one of those places maybe 50 man temo okọ Ghana sofu papa sofu asem sorry me boss wa obeka no sofu bi a wote te ne ba ne ka akire very beautiful girl ana boy yi ba Ghana so oba be wale ababa we oba muhu no oye boga enti ene etama kwade aboa oba buru onka jada bode akro mu deda na nka pese se bimperi asa obi din sa akoto no da abrantie fa de ade mu no ye nkrata ade oba ba abrochi odi be duru abrochi se kim ene o start si wodi nani de ababa we de eyi the same thing ena na be ma na ye oba no ge no a shedem sai chiri na mso no obi kodi nkomo ono obi di nkomo ne mpakoro nka che ne se onko hwedwo no mu pa adwuma man wo school district as a cook.
Okay.
Etiano pa be man sole ya na otumika na okọ adwuma gei be fa wo imu na wafa uber na de kọ adwuma sika ba ya be man se fa wakatu ya mame ano ba ne se dabi me ne otiwe se bi o amwase kro meto ahye mase kro ha no chi se me maame ne me papa de sika firi Ghana brebe it is kind of meeting for any amount and a member of $500 every pay period. Obaya someone new. Dako. Be may so be trim what didn't still board them say, whom a ready wakume or banner talk on one on the woo.
Oh,
see what America. Nama many papa suffer, my many suffer at the play Mubabe see Umuba. This boy was retarded. It's more Ghana na mema na ba mu fie abe wale mu ma monkwa busa monkwa hwehwe wo madwenem enne ne nka atete no enne no so koka busa semo a eya ne anuanom bi firi se bia bibi bone kwa busa. The easiest and simplest way abetimi akokora ne se kohwe ba bia sa nipa ne yewo no wo he me na nakusi ya wo me bantama Brabantuma me mantemu ya wo me ametete ye tete me amenyini ye from 9 years urban to 15 16 17 18 20 na me sunu me ba ti sen me wo fafo a sebi mpradu asa me batu wo mu no o mu sunu wo ba ti sen me maame ne me papa o mu sunu wo ba ti sen munim senti me ye wo me na ye wo me to me maame ne papa nche na da bia papa tata me maame ani so a madwini mu me firi say normal It me be wale wu na akuya mebo. Because me papa dam no ebi na afa be so. Me fi say normal. Di akwala hu no ofa say normal. And so I wrong. But ye ko abusa akoye some investigation nyina wa akire a. Ye be hu red flags ne beba. Ma wale to so 62 a meje ye. Ka be koje. E ko for se be na me say awade no.
But Obi Busa say, "Hey, mami case, Bema obu oba de uni eno ho draw."
Bema obu oba, oh, Bema obu oba de eni Jimi nanam. Jimi nso de Nyankopon kura ntimi asa Jimi. Aha. Ai, ana ka say drum de Bema no. E kan wa amanfo mpe. Kofo ni nje ho because last bi me ko kan ba bi say we oba na Bema brobo a. What tetarmane na ne ko kampam papa ne hwe egu ni na so. Fanso nyansa. Aha. Papa crop the Greeks. But me kai anya me ma de. O musu bitiri mo de dodo. Etina me say the friend and to ma say kramaya, what tete krama na krama ka o ka wa wo fi say no ma ba o ka na no adwane no. Ben be bien sure oba one stand for nonsense. No nonsense woman.
Sir.
It wo ye wade bi na wo hena sa ade a wo ye wo praba katodi na so ye bi. Mo fa nsu nyansa.
Sir, perfect.
Ma wale to 62 a kame je nkrofo ne se na me se abalem so mo de me bo abre me ekrofo atua me ka na na bra na de e be ka 3 days o ma ko wale me kote ye se be ma na bro ba nam se me be ma obro ba me ko gina mu da me so mo frɛ me ma anko o ma nya MC ani aba he edi atam ko fo twa bo na se me fa ho mo de
me cry hey
ko fo ko awade awie ko honi mu ba ye hey 3 months time oba na no for match ye
Hey, bravo, dia wa mo de.
Obviously, we don't have a bakola. Bakola ko to bi fufuo bi edu bi abe ko akoka die. Eja kom de be. E say, ba she be so be na. Bako hia ne kwam ba bi na oba bi hia na obu mani hie no. Na no a chia odi hudi a chia akata da nti. Awade we bi na me koje ya. Sami na me koje ya. Kanim guase. Mesi bo na madafu na ko for na wale no. Ya grow je de ubuoni. Fidi hu de nti awa ma na me red flag ne bai mo hu mo afọ de red flag no be mo bro ba ya nwale no wo ye wo ba na se wo de be ma to boyfriend girlfriend na se wo bro wo tin sabo wa dwanija no ana wo ye be ma wa na se bia wo abufuo bi wo mu wadwene ne se obetumi atoto sabasa bro nipa me pa cho ne ya wutie me ne sesa and no some from more obia because anything can happen. Obi won am okwa ni aton dada. Okobo na team. Afina na akwa akodwane.
Na be ma kwa de utire won sa de ball ba sen.
Utire sa ball ba sen. She sister me Dr. Grace Dr. Tina Kasano. Oba besia ne ne de ekoyi gwe yato ne sembo bi ntuma me. You are the living God.
There is no one like you.
There is no one like you. You are the living God. By the time woman eba no Nyankopon twe no ho, emi ade bebo no. Ade bi wo ma ye common sense. Men tena ho. Me se na nakusi me ka kire wo ne se be ma atre ne nsa abowo a, men tena ho. He doesn't deserve you.
That's it.
He doesn't deserve you. Bemo deserve ne yiri ya bema obetimi de nsese de bo se me yira bra na nhia wo a kama ye den na wo de wakofa obi baba na wo papa no sum basa sorry for panyin sorry for mako akola yi a ono so okobo na yiri tuo ewo say ono so soro ba bi a okotina no so bo no 7 times
target for no
yes wakuna to atwene kwa
wakunu basa
wakuna to atwene kwa Bema wonia koma yenwale no bema wotene nsa bo ba yenwale no wo ha na wutie menni na bema bi wawade yete saa dwaneja no ana wo ha na so yo ba na fi se wonsam odu wo de wonsa ne wonan kase ye pra wuti tata bema ni so ani ha wa so sakra wadwene
Sa papa.
the man bi so nya man bi tintim mema ni mudodo emotional abuse na bi no
no
ba masrɛ sɛ wo ne oba hatia mane mpo ne heart out mane nka de ha na nkyerɛw ne nya so perfectie no na mema ya so adin dodo
Solomon Sons
ya no me te san bibia bokodi
ye bibia boko bra Alabama
na kwesi asɛm na meso na kwesi asɛm a okae na nti mesome ba so ba bete sɛ akwa yi kasa see this guy is talking fact. So I'm here in America for over 20 years. I'm so matena kroma here. Once I sema oka semba o see. So oko wari oba and now oba oko wari bema. You must do your investigation. Now shisho muse wenu who is this person? Who is his family? Offering him family. All this investigation, oba, you have to do it before getting married to this person. The reason why I want to add this on top of what Nana Kosika and say, Bema Bia, you know what I say. Your friend Alaji Suleimana, Okowari Oba Susutam, Obano Oshiano. This girl loved this guy because of our brutally. The biggest mistake I also want to say, this time around, especially this generation, you don't marry a female because she's pretty in the face or big shana BBC. You marry her character or personality.
That's the prerequisite though.
Yeah, you go for marriage, you go for personality and character. But we'll see who did my own or two or say anything. Master one share your boka into the same situation. And your guy be waha Obano Makwai on an Amaha no Shishin on us like he crazy by himself, like this guy is crazy. On a mono or Kasaka Sabasa or no Abetina Chroma over 25 years. Aquatamo by Diaba. Because of what? One who saw Obano or Fita or yet to say of course, but it's no fair. You didn't do any background check. You went for the beauty of that girl. You don't know if you are free. The same thing also goes to Mema. They say we Obano or Kowari Bema. Bema be no was only when he was growing up, Wahuni Papa bunny mommy all the time. Into one Obetimachiwa bubu rough. There's so many things you have to investigate. Into Asema, this brother Nana Kosino, it's a fact. Yeah, it's in America. My who some similar situation I will say. Into what I'm trying to add here and say, Mano, so much shabe mana mo be worry no mo so munya mo investigation just like that because of a brochure or sika or a fine guy or car into you becoming an economical woman. You love this guy because you want to come to a brochure, but you don't know his background, his family. If you are free, who is this person? Even when no, it's something spiritual. Why should you call no be kumo kroma?
Sir.
The same thing goes to the guys on so. What was she obi? Obabi wa wodi no bo life mo amasa. Onka say undayamia sida. Or the suffering never bo life mo till the end of your unless you live and go. Nana Kosi, thank you. It's a very good advice. Yes, I really like it. Thank you guys for picking me up.
Thank you so much, Alabama. Thank you.
Na said yeah, Alabama. A twice ma me de bi shame no. De kakra twice so ama no. Okay. And remember, mommy and cut your coat according to our size because monkey play by mates.
Sir.
Ya tena wo enya brochira wo wonti na ofri se oba photo efe de oba we dia we slay queen oba we dia we shon oba we dia hey cut your coat according to your size na sebio etwa bia ne mu aso wonti bi kofa ko quality enko kali enko kata jelika so ma ne nyeye ebetom be my seven period as wa hwe wo de wa hwe ba bia wo free ba he hwe wo de education level I mean wo de hwe wo dressing po wo yo bia hwe wo ho hwe me ho de wo kwa kasa hwe no na ne yo bia ha wo because wo de natam ntiram de free fan chenchen Now obey Bejina will try say my yapin time. I was say, well, I say, I'm so now say, now I had only 60 free. What do you say your type? When you have Emma and your type, can't the call your son with your type, pro level.
That's it.
Copy level. Miss Ramon, and Emma, you can't be near man or do maybe so bam per one. Sicken in whom we are Bema with Timia. So bam per wa sikani oba no ho a wonhu obanya sika ene wo behu se wo per wa na wo per on per it baby a wo fa ni free na wan twa quarters according to your size na akofa no enam se woni bi nti no ofa ne sa afi no wo hu nya bi wo hu se ei se keke nkra bi oba bi abema we dem nya no a meti na nante no atwa wabo wo so oba na show na akobobo na pria no ya nya de sa mo me kete quote according to your size we dem no ba wie na me ko husband so yes, sister, yes, more back I say so. Sister, that's Yamisha. What a wild life story and a share with us. Then you can elder. And my mamma can't see me. So when the bear Martin as a bear man, 1 month was what Prima come as one Cassan, our dinner good in trim. Or so Jow won't mean country.
Or Jow.
Or so your man almost said, sister, or be a brain surgery. Or think me, we yank me womb because you obi okoye brain surgery na keta wadaso be man obeyi ni betu fie ba ye de ne ba ye no a be man adana woyi ni sesa ni sumi Africa tene so otan be nko a otan be man tena sister tena ho 20 years ada was pity out de ekoso che ne wofa no be man se me nwale biem it means show obaby or where be as a be man ne te na 1 month hey na oba na wonu aduane oba etisebio eti otwam asebise imperiasa se unufu no wan a oda na ne hwe oti ohun se bia otumi enu no aka ya chemota ka so ne mi na ewo sokọ
ai ohun hwe
etimi nu aba so wa na wutie me na wotia wale ese bi ho a especially abrochire America ha London anywhere else in abrochire no ye free bibi life insurance be maybe one man no otwe so be wu no agi sika na ko wale obo pe no it is sister every senka sister sen kenye nyame na eje no e na nkokọ ye surgery na nko ama baka hwan ka be life insurance bi na kusi na asa be ma no
kan bi mu
ka be ma no afi na nkokọ akopẹ abra tabu wa bi odo no no ne natena etu yo ba na be ma no wote na won kasa ho 1 month 2 months 3 months don't waste your time and no na me kira de bi o ba bi me de be kira wa ha na me de me twa so obi a wonsa wo left hand no wonsa tun bonkum no ye frade bi shebre ne nkrabia eno na wo shebre no nkrabia nyina wo mu that's right sa wo hwe wonsa no ho wonsa ketua pa na wo ho no o kai lie 1 2 3 no a lie tente kase ba akọ da wonsam na free ba bia kokromotini wo na ba wonsa ba bia ketua no wo no Ubo se line ketua mienu bi wo bi de ba ako ebi de ye mienu ebi de ye miensa sa line no de kire ne se wo ba ako abe wale ba ako pe onkra bia mu no se wo mienu a ubetumi awale mienu ansa no wawu wo miensa betumi awale miensa ansa no wawu we don't learn all these things
best nim niemo best nim niemo ba
we don't learn all these things it is wo miensa na se nyame ye wadom na wo first married problem bia ma ho atra ho but problem one who adwane e bia na second one na Yankopon hira so ma ana wo free kwade ne miens de otoso miensa no me de man besi obi nka bi me da mase
me da se besi nyame ensure wo pa me pa ma twa eni bie kwan so pa ye time no e konti ye ba e ya moma ye nye no entientie mu kakra all right bra Jeremy me pa twa akwaba nyame che ohun ye de
me pa twa adumu na monso e
Yankopon adom ye ho ye pa
ale ne ame waka no ame se bra kosi ne Alabama obanka ni nyina sebe bebre no mo ya ye de ahofe na ye de ko aware ye nsheda entinye boase ehwe se oba no se ne de suban city na se bema no se ne de suban city no ani se oba no na se bema no free yaki na waba se osu oba ne dia osu fie ye ti no wako fasa bema na se samba no aware no pacha motelinka
ya tonka pa
awoso wako fasa ba no na se sa bema no aware no na ɛyɛ a yɛnto yɛn bo ase na yɛnyɛ the right choices. ɛnyɛ saa a lot of people have gone to their early grave as a result of bad choices wɔayɛ. And mesrɛ me nuanom sɛ mo bɛware anaasɛ mo bɛtwe mpena sɛ wotumi hu sɛ asemasi ɛbɛboa me anaasɛ ɛmboa me. Mɛmma family pressure sɛ ɛwɔ bi a manya 30 manya 35 my biological clock continue. So obi ba sɛ ɔba bɛware me a ɛsɛ meyɛ dɛ ɛsɛ meware saa nnipa no because ɛwanhwɛ a bɛkɔ akɔpere wokɔ akɔware no afei na wohu sɛ wei deɛ mehuyi a anka nanso that time no ebia woda ayare mpa so anaasɛ ebia woda 6 feet ɛwɔ baabi. Enti no mɛsrɛ me nuanom sɛ time duru sɛ ebia mo bɛware a sometimes bekura anka me suggestion kora ne sɛ anka even if you can go back ebia wobɛtumi atrake nipa no ne exes bi abisa wɔn wona asimasi wode ne twe mpena ne suban ɛte sɛn adɛn nti na wogyaa nipa no. I think say ebeboa if you can go that far. But the question I'm so me person me put up to say Mr. Nana Kusi. Mr. Kusi. Sometimes Obani Bemano Omandi Agro Ache. They've known themselves for so many years. If you know cry almost free secondary school, sa no Omandi Agro abedru baby omo person mo ware mo. Now some warrior. Still, they still experience this abuse. What causes that? And I say, how can one prevent, or what are some of the triggers? I will be to say, abai wa imi warenwa, enye, and I say, bema imi warenwa, enye.
Dr. Tina, I bet me abua. What's in the question? No, na Nana Kusia Ben.
Okay. So the question is specifically depression. Na I'm say wa ma ahyase no but ahyase ne yakase se mo koware a eya na nye only medical exam na pe ene wo se mo ye wo betimi akoye screening for mental health. Iti mo kwa ye was screening measures a ye de bema amo wa ye. Iti so bi ba me officer it is school say akrako school na se BBC say ya they send them to us. Eba say ebe screening wom. Ti uba ebe ma screens bia e wo screeners bia e wa obeye. Ti we no na ye fa ye be hu say wo depression. It is ye hu say wo depression. Then we have to start treatment. Treatment no be no ebe therapy. Ayana, usually we don't want to start you on medication right away. Into the yana, ye therapy, and I say counseling. Now somebody will be working closely with you for weeks and, if necessary, months. Inti enono ekoda nebia. It's not only that, and ebebuawa. Ibetimi do to low dose of medication. In Tiansana Bewarin, you have to get a screening. See a screening and a bachelor, see nipe abia or schizophrenia. See nipan was schizophrenia, stress or take kasebi, ewan dream. And I say a nibi, eka satureno, say when ye baby. Sani a way, you bet to me a one, you see a screening. Sometimes, so. A family are aware of the mental health and as a mental status. And also, so we say, be a real bizarre more, and also so boa a guide you. See, you who send you panel problem where you will therapy, or medication and over too slow. And my panel feeling better. The only side, and it's sometimes it's unfortunate that throughout the person's life, I was still taking that medication because it's the only way I bet me I control the voices are out. Mostly domestic violence, most people are mentally sick, especially with schizophrenia. And I and until a man bastard into what voices, and the voices tells them what to do. obi also a anger issue and e be abusua nim omo inti ebra mo call counselor na was say counselor no etimi point out say do you have issues with anger? So who issue with anger, then you have to seek help from anger management, and that will be therapy. See, they will have to work with you closely how to control it, and mostly no eya na niema sa no eye emofra bremu e na wo pekeye because e be fear wuti mu no sa na wo hu no nti wunim se de esi control ye bufuo e na wo de yini nti no bibi ketua bi wo bufuo a wo pese wo fa ade na wo to ana se wo bufuo a pese wo kotwe nkrante e de wo obi ana wo bufuo a ebo e na pese wo fa na ade abo obi. Into all those things, and it's not good. To show how to control your anger that way. Into idea bit me about therapy and then medication. I hope it's good.
Okay, that is good. But where I'm going towards when you say, obi wo ho ebi a emfa ne say me ne wa twe empna for some time. And then we've decided, we've stayed together as boyfriend and girlfriend for maybe 2-3 years. We've lived in the same house. Because when we're talking about mental issues, I think sometimes, stress could be a determining factor. And he said, we were happily married and all that. All of a sudden, say, I think Bemano has to do 2 jobs, going back and forth. Add that the pressure, the depression, and I wouldn't even feel for so they will be calling you from back home, and we need this and we need that. So it all add up to depression. So API, Nipano from the beginning, even though we have gone to do the counseling, we have done everything that has to be done, and both of us were okay. But along the line, things do happen. So in the process, say Obakwe Juma say, and I say Obakwe Yare, and I say something happened to the other person, and you happen to find yourself in that situation now. How are you going to navigate your way out of it? Because remember, when you married the person was sane, there was nothing wrong with the person. But along the line, one will say, the person is getting angry. The person is not being nice to you anymore and all that. What can you do about issues of this nature?
Okay, that's yeah. Then I need to say mental health can happen to everybody because of situation where we find ourselves. It's normal to be depressed when you lose your job. However, say depression causes harm or it's affecting you negatively, getting out of hand, then you need to seek help. In this case, there was a lot of help. No, America, we have a lot of help here. We have government assistance. Ubetimi akwaji abua efi. And no betimi take stress financially. And aside that, set the incentives from the government, you can do yourself a favor by going for these therapies and counseling, and also boa. And if it's financial issues, I think we have governmental incentives around. A bit me aboa na eyi sa bedi bi efiri so. So you will be able to say you ma nkrofo bi sika. And I said omo abewo aha no ye frɛ bibi wake. Enkra no timinya nnuane, obata no so timinya nnuane efiri mu. Say nnuane no kra ya na sombo. Ubetimi di abafie abest support. So we have incentives like that when it comes to finances. So we obia okwa sorry so you can seek help from your church. You mean him said maybe I'm sorry. We got to a point where we set up a pantry. Nani yene say a packing nnuane and niema bebre to say bag of rice, a whole lot of stuff, oil near the aguho, just to assist people. The door was just open. You don't even need to go sign anything or consult anybody. There are assistive plans be honoma and also betimi aboa. So we join church beer. You have to inquire. They might have assistive, like that, to help you financially. And I face also just you have to always also be friends with others. As you talk to somebody and be nice to each other, now our job opportunity be na what me enya. And also betting take that stress out of you. Into yeka idea betting financial stress na and yama wenum yina ebetumi abwa, because it's normal to feel depressed. Everybody can be depressed. However, the depression is getting worse to the point of say one kasa person or how and now you need healthcare professionals assistant. Into to say was so be psychiatrist, therapist, all those people near Boao and yet to middle to a drew papa so ye work close with you. Sabaya enye ajinsemo. It's also ya dia ebetumi abra wa ware. And our face was only will be now you're depressed. You have to pay attention to your partner. Sometimes it because your finances and a depression. But who ignore neglection. It's mima will be depressed. Say what ukwa all right. Kakra de baby obedi. But who be sending partner they want to say we need nim komo tune for encourage mani feel say oye nipa and also betimi amanipa kro I depressed until yan so ye a partner why yan hwe how we talk to them, how we relate to them. Are very important. It's not only financial stress that can cause depression, but how you react towards your partner can also cause them to have depression. I hope so. It's helpful.
Medasepa akono mame ansana mema wabandata grant me pacho uwo bibi ebe ade onto the Dr. Tina Kayeno.
Dr. Tina wakani na wadina na wakano. Papa say motina you have to say when you obemate and obate no fewer. Imagine you we drink too much. Obama no for say wo ye keke, but you know what? It puts this woman in a lot of issues. If you walk on your cry, the needs and bet me I say because of that. Until we have to pay attention to our wives and our partners. So or ye dear or the necessity about you say we do a dinner coso, we okay. We be okay with you. And no crap my banner relief say at least no, that man a dream me home. Just say Dr. Tina came. Obey me if you what could you maba on few. If you cry wouldn't a democrat problem. It's on few no, one few no, but a do time obey more obey na. And up so few. What I make chana say? Yeah, Jumasa. What I make chana say? Instead no no more banner journey of journey say me says Tina open me na. What you make chana say? On kasame hon on film me say Janet oh I'm saying maybe we house say me no kasa kro Johnny medi. In maybe we how you nobody a shame. They don't the thing is they don't have shame.
Right.
Oh, I'm saying maybe they don't have shame. And see, yeah, man, no, see, I say, yeah, share will be true ones. Yeah, share say, Bemo, you're correct or you're correct. You share America, you share even America for a warrior crap on the air west. Aha, warrior and the air west because what's a bear man, Sunday, to send a nakusike, Sunday tree quine, Sunday den day, and a young Korean worry. So I'm a channel. And only when we now, but depression in the baby. Dr. Tina can't be brave. Any ye who be brave hospitals are be brave. So I'm mentioning. Until my make a cram make and with their mom, yeah, ending come on.
Me
But
that
depression,
that's it, Dr. Grant. Akono maame akwaba me pacho ho ye de.
Nyame adom ehu yo mpacho ma ha dede wa ha kakra nti no ntimi famiti.
Okay, yo. Any patience akwaba. Me pacho ho ye de.
Mpacho me ho yɛ paa. Mpacho so ho yɛ de.
Anyankopon adom ye ho ye.
Mpacho we de na mpɛ sɛ mbusa doctor sɛ, me depression ne deɛ. Since me wu wie ye ebesi enne me bana nya 1 year but still ɛda so I say my adwene nye stable even some no obi ka some sisi a me ka say so obi for ama man kasa na say obeso asem no mu pɛ na me we fi de me campo but those days na me nya wo ye no na enye me sa ba me nya wo wie ye pɛ na sa de na starting na 1 year so about now I think say almost say eyawo no inti na yes so me check akra but up to this time still there na inti me bisa say no say normal na say eno so me na kakra bi so na me bu afu kakra bi na me bu afu ti pesa me hu say eno say awo na say dey inti na akọ so sad it does.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Patient. Your friend be postpartum depression. I bet me SC abrawawo. Na the TNSS say you treat you properly. And I say I'm trying to someone cat. Then treaty. I bet me akaho. Abeye depression ankasa.
That's right.
But what someone can I'm thinking like you are telling me you are having memory loss, some kind of memory loss. And as a retentive memory, no, as a swati. So no. Things like that happen. And then grass will become a whole lot. The idea bet me to keep your brain sharp. Puzzles. And as a near be a challenge warding. Oh, it was so yet sa no. And no reduce would depress a kind of say dementia aspect. See who basha or more miracle when you will chrome and near the puzzles you more no more just to equipping your brain. However, the anger can be an issue. If you have anger issue, then you need anger management. And what you can do is to just catch yourself and make sure that you take a deep breath, you take long to respond, and then you make sure that when somebody is talking, you allow the person to talk. You can decide not to answer right there. And that is a form that you can control. If you are doing all these self-management, now say you are not able to control it, then I suggest you see a therapist to work closely with you or a counselor. And that will help you as well. But yes, if you have postpartum depression and you are not treated or treated properly, it can linger around like that. Until the to me akaso.
But mama nche na dia kakra bi no wonye beboa no.
Okay.
So Christo ni kan Psalm 37 and Psalm 54.
That's right.
O sorry anopa. Kan the whole scriptures ni am de ma no A to Z 3 times in a row. O sorry on your bed. Nkudwale nkudwitwiro se nyahwe. Kan sa anopa 3 times. Enumere ukoda 3 times. Yet to also 7 times in a row non-stop. Ebejai. O house na say o fa de to baby na refi obi ka asem. Nsem obi ka sa na obi ebem pere magina. Ba baby am gina meto aso. Sem go pasa ko obi interrupt to be na refi.
Yeah.
It will stop it. Psalm 54 and Psalm 37. It will stop it. Medasi.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Nana Kosi. Patience, Mr. Wuni, a question beyond Dr. Tina.
Patrol. But then I'm a person, me be son and say, me call you know, a CS no me, but I'm a genius or say no, but me drew on no say. The way I deny it, so me. It's I don't know, say no so count here because na me first time. Ebi a no so count so tina I decided na ba no so there and so minim.
So the Tiana said postpartum depression. Depression be a back because wako. Everything is new. Oh, ebi ana won wo dakra and it's your first time. Stress, wona, and all these things, it increases depression. Wunya rest. Ebi kura ebi ani untimi ni di. Na fe wo repo because especially in wa kwento o kai se ebia nkefie na awa enko mo atwa hia wo ho anka we so ha wo na anka we ya aduane we wash no niama obi all those help no winya tini nyina no e cause a whole lot of issues psychologically eno enetimi cause arepo denden ebe show into obi wa ya nhwe ne ye kura itimi ya net se edam otimi ya keka no no wa nhwe ya say okofa ne ba no odi nanu nsuo. All those things are because of postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is very dangerous, and that is why as they say your born the rule say be ni nyina be ya aware. Now the moment that you be say oh postpartum depression, I was say you making sure say you are getting the perfect therapy. If you are not able to control the depression with therapy now, they have to sometimes put you on medication. Now see and treat you. Now say if it's lingering around throughout, it can get worse as time goes on. Because say life experiences, it's a lot. As you are growing, you having more children. That stress and way free her. If it's making it even worse. See, because they ain't treating, then it continues to be worse. And see, the best thing is you can do therapy. And that is what I can recommend for you. Get therapy, the best one. And once you do it and it's not controlled, then seek help from a psychiatrist. What they can do is to work closely with you and they can put you on the best medication that you need.
Thank you, Dr. Tina. I think her call dropped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure she will probably hear you from the outside. And I'm saying also one or few things real quick. Until we will let Miss Elite, but also.
Yes, good evening to everyone.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you. Petro, my conversation I'm having on me by na maka asam na kasa but I think so listening I realize it's about domestic violence.
Yes.
And I am a survivor and I'm very grateful that I'm here to be able to share my personal experience.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
No problem. I think so with a lot of us being from Ghana, when you are going through these type of situations and you bring it up to your family members, they look at you as if say you're exaggerating the situation. In my situation, whenever I would bring it up, it was but I was dying because I had an episode whereby I ended up in a hospital and the doctor came in and said, listen, you're 25 years old. I don't know what's happening in your life that's causing you to have these panic attacks and all of these things, but if it continues, you will not make it to 30. And that was my wake-up call. And imagine, say, this conversation happening right now, I wouldn't be here to witness it, to partake in it. A lot of times, we see it as it's not a big deal. It takes one time for that person to push you and you hit your head and it's over. I think our sister there was saying something about memory loss. I have experienced memory loss because of the situation that I was going through. Some people, and I think a lot of times when we talk about domestic violence, a lot of people assume it to be just physical. But there's so many different
Right.
aspects to domestic violence. There's the emotional abuse, there's the financial abuse, there's the sexual abuse. There's all these different levels of abuse that's happening. And if you're not able to address it, because I have to go in between.
Right. It's fine.
And actually, you're doing good.
You know, if you're not able to stand firm as a woman, and not just women, even men. I know some women are also very abusive, but I'm going to speak because I'm a woman and I'm speaking on my personal experience. One of the things, I took some notes here that I wanted to share with you guys based on some of the things that I experienced and how I was able to come out of it. So in my situation, if you're a woman or a person and you're going through this type of situation, you're being abused, whether it's emotionally, they are talking down on you, why you see and and then it goes to we see kasa more for emphasis be wajuma wo ye so tenefi na hwe nkora no to say be ma no nkwa na okọ nti no it's always an issue with money. And there's so many different aspects, but what I want to say is pay attention to the red flags. So when any power honors will show you these things and don't continue to have more kids with them, because these are the reasons why you cannot leave. When you are thinking about living with one child, it's easier. I left with one child than if I had three. If I had three, I would have been dead. And so there are certain precautions that you have to take if you are planning to exit. And exiting is not ebia and tokaki to ebia banwa faso me free police amount. No. But let's think it through. What are some of the things you can do to better yourself, to position yourself in a better situation? That way, when it comes time for you to leave, now you can depend on yourself. Because I see the problem is a lot of people are afraid to leave because financially they cannot stand on their own. Me dear court cases like it was me who sika nyina sign because obi wo ho no mo when they realize say you are leaving, they don't want that until they will do everything in their power to keep you there. And so what I'm saying is, let's one, pay attention to the red flags. Two, so we must say nipa we ombwame or tete my brabo de bia uhuna na yemwa shu say king onifia no wani age owrafia na wamwa like osiesie ho a wo ho nya fe wo ye makeup e adan wa paint wenim to say like they are not only one you are happy, but if they are dead you are not na or so shall say fa ho adwene no enchire say pack your bag ne kono, but awo bebrebe no yentwa so because it's easier to move with one child than to move with 3 kids. 2, start to save money because one boa wo ho financially a obekọ obesa ba oba back na this time no dey obewu because Berman you say wo na say nipa ko ni say wo ku say wo na adwinwi wo trim say opese wo ko until next time na obeba no obe tighten all his measures. So that's one thing I also wanted to say. I'm looking at my notes here in Patron Fanchami. And also let's build your home as individuals, because if you have something in your hands now, some manipulations and abuse be no intimate koso. Because when you say, hey, obey ya make kind of situation I was in. No, I had a child. I moved out of state to be with this individual. I got here and I realized, hey, I didn't to me, but it was too late because I was already pregnant. So I had to plan my steps after my child. And let's think about building wankasa wo onyemo se school bi na wo so kwa yiro ho edwuma bi na opese wo ya try and find something you can do. I bema will focus akọ saade no ho na focus too much on what's going on the surroundings that way when the time comes for you to leave now, it will be much easier for you to pack up and leave. I am just very grateful so I'm here to be able to have this conversation because my experiences now it's only by the grace of God that I'm here.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, I don't open up too much about my personal life, but I just felt like it was necessary for me to share this because when I was going through it, obi me catch them so we dey want me nyesa. Oh ne ho dododo. Na chese me na menye. Because me you bold. Because me manu edintini de bia no na ebu agume so.
Exactly.
I couldn't come out. I couldn't. Even me and my family crampon when I would tell them, no, I told my family, you know, what's what no I send all my thousands of dollars, no I send you
Yeah.
Ghana. Until what would tell him and walk a car. Who great ye? And she said, one more when near yet ding. Now one planning one casa will exit. And there are resources out there. I don't know where you might be, but in Mimi say I'm in America, there are resources. But even with the resources, don't rely solely on the resources. That's why it says save money. One casa no make sure you have something going for yourself. Ubetimi gyina wo naso. Uni oba ba ko mienu mu kwa easier than onim se nipa ne suba nye or bo or how now we now 5. To say 5 now how are you going to move winning 5? Oh, obu say I'm saving me stay because of me money to one day pet now money tin wo o ma 5 no why never home. So these are the things that we need to think about. It's not easy, but once you see these red flags na ye be one, the way obekas or no obekasa is everyone maybe say me bank account or who me bank account or see me closing my account. And I'm say I've had this account for so many years before I met you. Changing and closing account. And I'm say no, in closing. But then I realized I need to just go with the flow because me opposite now. He starts to react and he starts to tighten. Ebani mo phone no cry me use what me disconnect planning you know. Me car ni di na daso what me tam key because anything I make say was so yeah then independent as an individual because unti me family key if I'm the car owner. Unti me cut it off my phone line if I'm the one paying my phone bill. Not in American. So these are measures that we have to make sure that we are doing. You can better position yourself in a better situation. Until red flags, maybe I'm person may go over from me experience, and if we have time, because I know there are people that also want to talk, and I don't want to hold up the line. Petro, go ahead. Petro, go ahead.
I want to ask a question. Sorry to come in. So what happened in a situation whereby, you know how we build properties in Ghana, we put resources together to build or put resources together in Ghana. So if you happen to be in that situation, for instance, so let's take your case as a case study. You and a certain individual have put plans or you put resources together to do a property or something in Ghana. How do you navigate through, or what would be your advice to someone to navigate through these challenges to get away from the relationship?
To me, I only get one life. I can always buy another car. I can always build another house. I'm not gonna. I've gone through that. When I say I walked away, when I left that house, I was living. Let me give you guys a picture. I was driving a Porsche. I was living in a 5-bedroom house on a golf course, private gated community. I had multiple businesses with him, but because we were not married, we didn't come home. I walked away with the clothes on my back, and that was it. And my child, and that was it. And I never looked back, and I have not looked back since. These are all material things that you can get again. Your life is only one, and that's it. That's it.
That's it.
And so I'm not going to sit here and calculate how much, the amount of money, debt that I went in. When I left, even the businesses, a lot of them, I accrued the debt because my credit line was on the line. But what did it's okay. I paid it off. I had to work to pay it off. By the end of the day, my daughter
That's right.
was 10 just a few days ago, and I'm sitting here and I'm reflecting like, wow, I should be proud of myself because this was not easy. And I'm proud to say I've raised my child by myself. The other person, they don't have the financial abilities to support, but they are intentionally not participating because but that's okay. That's why so we focus on is what's going to make you stay. If you want to survive and you want to have a peace of mind, there are two different levels of surviving. And that's with the peace of mind. Yes, you might lose. You have to look at it from a perspective whereby I tell you, I walked away with Missy. I walked away, car, everything, the clothes on my back and my daughter in my hand. That was it. nothing else. I went to live in a one room. I rented a room. Imagine moving from a 5-bedroom house to living in a one room. But I said to the glory of God, I said, now I have my own business.
Yes.
And I just did an interview on television, national television in America. These are all opportunities that would have never happened had I not left. And let's not focus on the little things. Look at the bigger picture. Look at Oma. My daughter is so intelligent.
That's right.
And let's focus on those things. Let's not focus on a daya wasi wagana. A daya wasi wagana. What's how be wo how dan kra un kodem wagana one day kra 1 hour kra un timi kodem. Oh, and that's what I want to say. I know I've said a lot, so that another person too can come and join the conversation. So thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
I'm gonna drop.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, our
I had a
sister.
question for her, actually.
Oh, okay.
She's gone already?
I'm here.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm just curious.
Yes.
What really happened? Because you've been hitting on things that your
Okay, let me tell you what
ex-husband
happened.
did to you. But what I mean, no, wait, before you answer me, did you not play any role at all?
Of course, I played a role.
Like Wabodam said, what's then he just comes and jumps on you.
So let me explain something. So I want to give you a little bit of background. So I was a very young person. At that time, I was maybe 22 years when I met this individual. He was 10 years older than me. He was more established. I think so earlier, some of you guys were talking about doing your research on the individual before you marry that individual. That was partly my fault that I didn't investigate this individual. So I jumped in based on what he was showing me, which was the financial stability, the fact that he had a nice house, he had a nice car, he had a nice business. Those were the things. When I came in, the issue we were having is the fact that, one, I grew up in Abuja, came when I was very little. So if I'm going to sit here and tell you guys the truth, I didn't have it. So that was one of our challenges. I have learned because I've gotten older, and with experience is the best teacher. So I wasn't a saint, but a lot of the things that was done for the integrity of my own child, because at the end of the day, this is my daughter's father, and my daughter's reputation is more valuable to me than him. But I will tell you that the role that I played was because I was much younger. He was much older. He was not able to manipulate me the way he wanted to be able to manipulate me, because I'm a very strong and a firm person. So I come off very challenging to a lot of men, because I'm not going to allow you to just walk over me. So that became a challenge in the household. He expected a woman that's going to say, he's going to say jump, and I'm going to say how high. But to me, when you ask me to jump, I'm going to ask you, why am I jumping? What's under me? Is there water or is there land? Where am I landing? So then that became a challenge. So that was the reason so if you ask to answer your question, that was the challenge we were having, is the fact that, one, I'm a very strong-willed individual. You can't easily manipulate me. And he wasn't able to get his way. He was used to getting his way because he had money. And I was okay walking away from all of that. A lot of women are not okay. I've lost friends because they looked at me like, why would you leave in such a nice place to go and live in a little one room? But my peace of mind that I had in that one room could never equate to me living in that mansion. So I walked away. That worked for me. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, that answers my question, but I picked something out from your story that you were younger and a bit naive, and
I agree.
And he was older than you. So can you confidently say that he was expecting you to live and act like his age, even though you were younger?
No, so this man was married before. He has 2 other kids with someone his age, and that didn't work out.
Oh, wow.
So when I came in, and that domestic violence was already there in his previous marriage that I didn't find out until after I was already too committed, I would say. So trust me, if there was a way to fix it, I would have, but I was not willing to fix it under me losing my mind. It was not worth it. So does that make sense to you?
That makes sense to me, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. No further questions.
No problem. All right. Yes.
Yo, Stakia.
Yeah, me patro nana kuti me ba akono mame. Uwo bibi ka. Ase you say won so akasa bi. Because your time or no aye a brain you know. Okay, so wouldn't be aka dia nana kusi me patro any brain.
When say you have maybe busa Dr. Tina asem about financial for instance stress.
Okay.
Right? Or that's why I was see from.
That's what I'm dropping you.
Okay, well, yeah. Abraba ya bon home. Mama me Mexican yenim kan bebrebe.
That's right.
Enim se be ma bia na oto na sesika ni ubotuma sebi mpaduasa utiti se odwanti. Asema me kan nya se me didi se bi o be ma bia sika ni botuma tem. No krepa na me ka kire wo.
Sir.
Ko be ma wadwuma se ya. Kofi na tete akonwam tam aso so ko dampa so kura na tete akonwam fa remote why basa adwendwene bebrebe to so. Para brabo aye bono ya mase be pesika tem enya ye ho tem o ade ba ko so pa wo se nipa bi asre ye nkwa ene ahoden ti panyimfo so wo nkwa wo ade to ye be ma na wo ye adwuma na brabo mu no wadwuma se ya emfa hwiase enye na sorry nuntina wo ye be ma no is a mekasa me kama brabo mu akohwe ase a yempon.
That's right.
Now me one of the most luckiest person in this planet by krumwa. Na me bra me ho ase me sum nipa nso me mfa ho so yo ba we be ma e buo ni die bi osam de be ma obi am be ma ho do need the juma chair me a juma what the chair me obi am abaye wala tu wala sa me making just only at that time I was making $300 a week, $1,200 a month. They do not share me my life for 10 years run overnight. A bomb pull me from $1,200 a night to $21,000 a month. Plus bonuses. Or save it to bank and save big time. Abrabo mu I so ma me nko ya de bi 1212 mi ko bo nko bu obi na kajam dia hotel nko bo kitu obi. Tamsi kakakra ke da wo nyina almost $500,000. Ede ko me ba ya me si me play 2 free Ghana and bedu arma dwuma na sei. Ka me bodam. Me si tu ni na me hu ba bia me fa me tin kofa. Ade so ma wie be up to be almost 70% or 80%. Na me de manya dia kampo akoto aso. Me ti wan ha dwene bo dwene mu kika me say me nya blood pressure am na mo. Me told her I ask myself, so why am I hurting myself? Ebe sim trim say na so umu ya wudi mdi obenya. To be good. Enonia me to gu say huru. Some in fa ho me timi complete hallelujah. Me timi an complete hallelujah. But empire me bo an say nyame. Ma hwehwe bi nyankopon menim no. Wasi bom ma bom wabie me. Me busa me nyankopon. What be mame? What the mame? Masa busa me hunu nyame asa busa ne say awurade me penalty 4 years e wa asasi so. Wan mame anche kra 75 or 80 o mame ntwa. Me nse nyame de be mame. Na nyame nim no yemfom so. No okumi ntama me duro me busa se nyankopon why? Ade ehia wa asasi so eye nkwa. Ntimi nua be ma. Sa wo ye be ma na wuti no adwuma asa pen. Wo ye be ma na wuti na sa bi ato no man koye wa abrabo mu a. Enne na wo hu ni sa wa kina no ma betimi ada ne ama ho.
Of course. Huh?
Anya wo mbode ana menya ma adwene nya bebrebe se enu na me yesi adentine na won timi ntiase enso da pem ko wanim na ye frade ye bi path in our life me de chamo obi abetimi akoye bi enipa wo no bi na wo path a blocko ebi ana wo nama wa ye ne obi tutu ye mema no se bi mpadu asa tokro bi e be wuram
That's it.
so wo ko fa abana no Okofa abena okofa no no ne kwame ne wo kwame de ne de kakra abre no kwame so agi abena de kakra ti wo ko wo so be ti kwame ne abena de kakra e be ma part ye fra bibi sasa na be di wachi So what in Sina Brabom Cocohia, what the Taliana wire, when you are Bema, the easiest thing you can do is say, Fanke Chadia, green one no bacco.
That's right.
They do.
Pamumian. Pamumian, I see a
They do. Hey, my bestie. I just a traditional, yeah, papa, traditional man. Hey, that's a pretty.
That's it.
Martin, O Pamumian, fa and Chine, a fairly Nimian. Na found Sabaco, a fetchu in some Nakasa Gusso. Sasa bi machia me wo horo mensem se part blokwa mensem nhirem bie because won kra bie nyina gu nsem wo wi anofa ba ko no so na de atwitwi mu se ya wo ya sa de 3 days in a row o part ne be won blocko. The next thing you do ni say wo be sa fan ka twade ye kro no na de cinnamon powder agum na sa de atwitwi mu se ya ka de wo be ka nhira onoma wo padwuma wo nya bi wo koso a ma o print nyawo ma o base ntu nyawo enoma be dane ama tiawa me da base.
Midase Nana Kusi Midase. Dr. Tina, Mr. Yede Yejume DNA airberry yeno ediana walk country.
Okay, Nana. Medasi. Etie for ni adofo nyina. Mama, your program now I am very successful. Your koya drew 90 something. Nami unshra pa. And we say education so I yeah, so ha. Nemo adofo bebre ano mo hia no so aboa mo. E wo say ya aware e wo ye environment. Ana se baby a etie, ifi a etimo. E wo say ye ma ye ni da ho. Na ye hwe ye hu de ye koso. Isan say ayade sua fam nyina domestic violence no. Ye si esi e wo ye busuo. Obi a woni no wo intimate relationship. Na etumi si. Nti se wo hwe na wo se bibi say koso a entena ho enkosi se be lose wo life. Afesu de America ne say unu obi hia ene online a warrior no ya normal thing. At me sure say eno na ama domestic violence no so ye kese. Nti so unu obi hia na per se mo warrior don't just jump into marriage, but there was some study mo. Because she will be able to say your mental health issue. I was say one thing I'll be your sister say it's not only physical exam and there was some more name mental health screening so account. No never more who say partner on any woman if or mental health issues. I was your solve and sign your power. Yan share your who yen share ye said ye didn't keep a home ye fee ye kunonom ye eggs ene ye ma ene asefem kese na me de ye mfato ho abayo ya wo YouTube ne ma oshia brantie 1 week pe brantie ni was kapa and the lady wanted to be a trophy wife into our ma 4-year-old and a 2-year-old daughter. And odo mu kowura saa aware mu 1 week na ni ba de hoso no na be ma no ato ne mani ni no mo na nti ya ade a esisi e wo ye fie mu nti wo se ye ni da ho no enye sika de eye but e ma ye ni akire bebre gan saa sa e be hwere ya de papa ye ma ye ni na ho ye ndo ye ho if you are having any mental health issues there were therapists for honor, there were medications, psychiatry, abetimi akohu wo ni nyina ahoye. So mental domestic violence issue. Na wunim de obey a ukọ Google na wo type and I say even TikTok. The moment I be Google said domestic violence, those are hotline. Na be go so. Press that number no. Ombetro o kwan abefa so a ubetimi free mo. Nti ye wo guidelines bebre ye wo assistive so a e wo hono a community bi a wo mu no ebi wo ho betimi de aboa wo church bi kura no mo so wo mo abisa nti reach out na I hope say ya bisua yesua ne nei aboa adofo nyina yame enka mo nyina ho meda mo ase
that's bebre nyame sha.
Dr. Grant, me patrol will be via opesa wo add on.
Mama had didn't say, Senior Dr. Tina Kanye, no. Mental health, papa.
And I say, oh, a relationship where and young friend. These days I'm just watching, just looking at stuff. I think I'm getting older, so I don't know. Looking at people, omo behavior ne you can say some omo keka about relationship or no. Me say, have you even studied this man? Or have this man studied this woman? I say, yeah, can you say you study you? And sana yani yemba no makasa. Yesterday, and yes, maybe and work of farm and walk over. I remember say one day, let me tell you a little thing here. Also, how won't Kalano Waha? Oh, I'm you have to be very, very careful when you're talking to them.
Okay.
These kids are very, very, very smart. So, my uncle Nekasim will be saying, Omuya, just in fact, Ghana, like no embassy, Muna, one meter, why should you or did it don't crowd who creep you? So, it's me, Baba Mano, me, Mr. Dino, I mean, who say, maybe Sandy say, do you have any girlfriend? Oh, a sleepy or what? Almost 3 and Colano, who say, I didn't know one in your mother know you have to, I'm a single mom, so you have to study this thing very well. It's a yes, no. Let me see. I would like to, if you have that, I would like to meet this woman. Also, mom, I said, no. If you have somebody, sometimes you guys feel that we never got to that age, 23, 24, 25. You think my mother had me and I got to this age, right? I've passed through all those stages. So let me see. Obano or Okofa, bring you a baby by. Obama fee. You know, Obano Kasai. Obano can say, son, I don't want to die before my time. I am telling you right now. This game, I don't want it. But if you want to take that part, I'm not ready for grandkids now. I'm telling you right now. One me channel. Oh no, I will fear one day. Mom, I want to tell you something. I say what? I say Obano, party. Say, only you have to study the book. May say you need to study your book. You need to study your book. Until sometime no kwalano, ye ma me no mono. I say ye ni omo kasa. One ye ni omo kasa about relationship am na mo omo tu. Ye ya femu. One until ye hu se niete. Until ye say ye ni omo kasa pa. But a kwan American kwalano, I say we are very careful. So when you're more kasa, especially who in kwalano wedi 20 something now call through or na, you have to be very, very careful. Even if 15, 16, you have to be very careful. Until as someone can say, enye ahonfe, enye that time you be kasaye, enye ahonfe, subain, beme o subain, beme o kasa saying, beme sikenti na me kwana, sikano kwana me fahin. Ena de bi ana in that kwana me catch obi say, who call a warrior who say, beme no nye sunye o. Anything can happen. It's a minute when I come to say, Yankopo, Mammy, Colam say, Bema Kahu, Bema Kahu, I should be able to take care of my children. What do I make and I say? I say, well, be a dream who say, in Colai, the Mikita, mayor okay. Majuma is saying, well, any respect is so can, my make can say, but and to say, my Bema and do a can say, you can't say, Trimo, heart is saying, Miss Sister Kai. Me dem me sorry hu but then hu aketua na me efa ho heba no ese me na na kusi kasa
Yes.
because dem be go wa wo no mu jo mu wi a na to akedu tro omu betu wedro when they see you going up say who you are doing you are on you put yourself together no master is spiritual this is spiritual say police hu so am say no this one no a different a topic a be can next time.
Yeah,
They say, I'll tell you guys my story one day.
Okay.
Me spiritual now the police who they have the pa.
Spiritual, it's all your spiritual, the police who say.
And I want to thank both doctors for more advice and all your inputs tonight. I'm really inspired by your knowledge and everything. I'm a healthcare professional as well in the US.
Oh, good.
But I deal with all these things as well too. I cut through all angles, and I like the way the bar very low for every layman to understand. And God bless you for doing such a great job. And I would like to say this, Kakrebi Sempomacho, when you are advising people and but doctors, doctors don't know. I'm just saying it to Yenma will carry the message across to people to help people. They say, Kachu Bia say, Eya man train Emma emu enye ding. Don't
That's
leave
right.
when it is dangerous. Madam for being a can as no can no man tia sieda. Me jina bus stop Brooklyn and Obi friend now if disappointed about something and out of a buffon or make his statement be. Then he can meet him but man tia sia me ni ka cray. Make us as maybe 8 years ago. Me ni ka cray the matia sem na say. Or say, when people show you who they are, don't give excuses. That's exactly who they are.
That's right.
But what is statement na say?
Yes.
Emodu. Intimate na see my red flags na hit odo na nsan na wafi. You might not live alive. You might not live as a full person. That's what they make no. Madam wasi.
Nyame enshira mo pa. Hey. Yes, Mame nsha ase ena ase. Dr. Tina Nyankopon enshira wo pa. Obi a wo papa aka baby nso no. Just say yeah, wo kwa na ade idea ne ba say ye treat sa topic we. Enshira wo pa. Yeah, on koso on show no webusia on to nkwanem se ne da ne da nyina no yeto ye nsafre won so a thank you about office e bi kran ke ntimi ntua and so wetimi a waste time atweche nyame in show ya appreciate you bebre medamu nyina Dr. Grant nana kusi because the din no mebobo a ebia na ma obi din timede edin bobo ni besi ha se ya medamu nyina masemu a me panelists ebi aba ebi ifro na ebi iko medamase and yes sisters and so you guys were so strong and brave enough to share your story with us. Honestly, just I really appreciate you guys. Yadamase nyankopon enshira mo se menya that strength because I say yeah yes you are normal mo be kana ma empower yen even so bi ohwa na or similar situation mo. But they don't know what to do. But by your betty or so, my sister Way was able to do this. Let me try it out. Medamunina masinyankopon in shramo. Ye viewers, oh, nyame in shramo pa. Monso se mama metia ye program in Kenya successful. Ye damase mo amo comment ye, mo amo gift ye, mo amo tapo. Obi kache me se when ya fractures, on the fingers because of course I say a morning star. Ain't you know? Yeah, the money na masi nyame enshiramo. Me pamacho make sure say ube follow me panelists no. Dr. Tina okoni page or a lot of good things there. Ube sunya ebi ohwa ni juice ndi obe juice no. Okohwa ni nyina ube timi sunya. Obi a mama yen follow each other na yen support to ye ho. Medamase Facebook of so nyankopon enshiramo pa se mu take time out se mu betie. Eya mo small banam wo questions mu busa omo wa ha ye nyina ye wo ha ye boaboa ye ho. Enti de make can say nyankopon onshira ye. On boy ye ho ban ya desredi ahodo a ye de to nanim. Or how bia ye na mo bia no me mpai bo se erade obetie na wa ya amaye. But se wo relationship bi na ye abitu ye boa and then you can be brave, yes, or the back pastor, so or the back elder, so you be too for but one can make it that bold decision. And you say our no, yes, you can decide to walk away anytime, any day, yeah. But some person be walking away so na o person wunya that title, so what order so warrior. You can move out. Ubet me akwa baby, na ma separate. Na one kasa wa jino for a while. Seni pano sesa na ukosiki for help. Na also ukosiki for help. Dano Dr. Tina can say, and yes, sometimes you don't need both couples and our partners. And I move ukosiki for help. If you are one kasa ya abuse uno, make that bold step. Na wonsuko siki for help. One kasa koneko kanwo how na yen churcho. So our partner ni decide so obe join you so and join you. but for your own good, for your own health. Into the misro, mentena ho ema yembu nku. Ye ku a ene se wo hwe Ghana for your funeral see how I see na yebeba besa yebeba bedidi after wo burial no obiara befiu maybe a wo ma weja wo ma ehonti yesremo ade a yesua no mo mind taking it very seriously. Madam ni jidi say sister Adwoa Koto waba betie bibi bebre na yentu yenua ema no especially yenua Ghana for no efo aware sebi yes Ghana I mean heaven aware anyho enti that title na ya ye ho e wo se me ware o mi kunu ye mi say me yiri ye mi say ya me de metina mu sa yes me mom paye me ko ebeye before you know no na obi best why obituary now why what a shock into yes yeah can actually especially ye Ghana for a man say bibi enkoya seek for professional help adia ba ko a platform ni so ye ba yesua yen seek for find someone that you can trust enipa ba ku bi men fan hye wo nko an ho ne seek for professional help o de say would how to start or PCP or primary care doctor. You can always start from there, and they will be more than happy to help you find the right resources. Into the American chairman say, Nyankopon onshra obibia medamase yakramo. Bye bye. See you guys on Friday, 7 p.m. sharp. Na ya day so. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Nana Kusi. Bye bye.
Bye bye.